Thank you. This week's sponsor goes to Gav, as having made us a very nice world map. I have installed a "You Are Here" marker for anybody that is lost at the "You Are Here." I reserve the right to make you work out where the hell you are at certain points, but not right now.
Very good.
Shout out to our second sponsor this week, Dr. Pepper.
What's the worst that could happen?
Let's find out, eh?
Dr. Ignatius Pepper.
You have been tasked on behalf of the noble house from the town of Porthmarn, the family of Lord Goss, to track down and find his daughter Caitlin, absconded perhaps, abducted perhaps, carried away by her own volition or by some maleficence, ostensibly in the hands of lizard folk, from her home in Porthmarn. Witnesses have confirmed this fact, and you are now hot on the trail. You have obtained horses and are making tracks in the direction which you believe the assailants, the abductors, the interlopers, the escapees have travelled. You have rested, having ridden through the night until sleep tugged at your eyelids, until you have made camp in the Marne, the low Marne moorland. You found a sheltered spot between some trees and a crest of ground, and rested for a couple of hours, but were set upon at the hard point of dawn by an orc and a group of bandits. Investigation revealed perhaps that these bandits were told to send the orc himself first, and that he himself were not trusted, not in close quarters with the rest of the bandit clan. And here we begin, finding ourselves breaking camp. You will all gain the benefits of a short rest, having slept a little while, but not a long one. Your rest was at very most 4 hours and then interrupted. You have had chance to eat a little, drink a little from your water skins.
I believe we did short rest last time, didn't we?
Yeah, I think effectively it was short rest while you were sleeping, and then the fight happened.
Yes, good.
No problem. I get
Okay,
action
yeah.
search back.
Wait.
Do.
So did we short rest again?
No, you short rested and then the fight
Before.
happened.
Yeah, exactly. So
yes.
you do not get action search back unless it's per session.
I'm afraid not. You got action surge at the end of your short rest, and then you had the fight. Did you use an action surge during the fight?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
That's what I meant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry. Oh, that went way over my head.
Yeah. Similarly, Vexo, you have used one of your wild shapes.
Yeah.
Which I think you have 2 at this level.
Yeah.
I used 1 key point.
Yeah.
And more importantly, my relentless endurance.
Yes,
I've got 1 spell left.
You only got the 1 spell slot as well.
Yeah, you'd be right.
Yeah, that's fine. Vic, Gav, I don't recall you using any spell slots in that last fight, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I used one the day before.
Yeah. Oh, yes, and you will get... Do you get any back? You get Arcane Recovery?
No. Not for
You don't
short
have
rests.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, you got damage cantrip, be right.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
I'm going to check it. The feature is Arcane Recovery, so once per day when you finish a short rest, you can choose...
Expanded spell slot to recover up to combined level of 1.
Yeah.
So, yes, I do get one back.
You can take 1 level 1 spell slot.
Cool. Back to pull.
And that obviously scales.
You
can take some more, and yeah, The Roll20 website will not tell me what we get, and I can't be bothered to grab my book, so that's fine. Okie dokie. Are there any last-minute preparations at camp to be made before we begin traveling?
We've eaten. I think we're good.
Yeah.
We looted what we could, which wasn't much.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
So
wanna
remind me,
make
who took what from the? There was some
I took
coins to be taken from the bandits.
I took a pair of warhammers, but I have no particular use for them. But I'll probably sell them.
Nada.
I took the letter, the crumpled letter
Mhm.
sent from Marcus,
Yes.
and I have noted in the notes here that I found 9 gold pieces on the
Mhm.
corpse of one of them. That may not have been me that found it, though. I don't know.
Somebody found 9 gold pieces, and
It
you
was
got
you.
them.
It was me. Okay, well, that'll do then.
Okay, that's wrong notes. In which case, you saddle back up to your horses. The horses themselves are looking mildly refreshed. Dawn is coming. The night has been kind, with the exception of the ambush, but fairly warm. Dawn is early, it being midsummer, or it being summer, and for you city folk, this is earlier than you are used to. Seasoned travelers will perhaps be accustomed to this, but Gav in particular, maybe you don't feel like you've had enough sleep at all.
I definitely haven't.
But you're not too far off your days as a student to be unfamiliar with the feeling of an all-nighter, or perhaps getting up really early to meet the deadline. And so you're able to swing your feet up into the stirrups, blink a few times, and hit the road onwards. Is the plan just to stick to the road and follow onwards?
I believe so.
We've got to pick up the
We
tracks at some point.
we discussed going around the town, but I think we said it was more expedient to go through.
Yeah, I want to go through the town.
I think you'll be at the pace that you were making the day before. You'd expect to be getting into Penvaden by mid-afternoon, before evening.
That's good.
Yeah, have a real rest, maybe.
Yeah.
Can we attempt to try and see if we can see the tracks of, what was it, 8 horses?
Yeah, I mean, you can give
Quite
me,
distinct, isn't it?
So
I think,
that's-
survival checks here.
Yeah. So as we're
I'll have a
traveling,
go.
just be on the lookout for them.
Oh, I got 18.
13.
11.
5. The luck begins.
So, right,
get your
Jeffro,
nat one
now
out of the way.
aficionado of horses, after riding one for the first time.
Yeah. I got the principle pretty quick.
You now
But
know
this
how
is
to track them.
clearly a busy road. There's clearly a lot of horse prints passing through, but you are able to pick out, what would look like basically things of a similar age. Things passing through the
Large
area.
group, fairly recent. I would say.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it, and that matches up with what you thought. Certainly you can find things that look like, if this were the impact these people were going to leave. You're not seeing an absence of evidence of what you're looking for. That's
Great.
how I want to put that. Yeah.
We're on the right track, I would say.
Excellent.
And after riding for about an hour more, the road has been forking off at odd places leading to particular farmhouses, and odd ones that you can spot are starting now to have a bit more smoke coming out of their chimneys. People are rising early to get to work. But a plume catches your eye as it's dead ahead of you. And you raise up a hill and you come across an inn, just an hour's ride more from where you camped. The inn is
Typical.
stone-walled with shutters across the windows. The sign calls it the Stone and Shutter.
Lovely.
And
Is there a menu outside?
As you crest the hill, the wind catches you in the face and you can smell drabs of smoke. You can smell hay for horses, stables. This all catches you, and hear the rattle of the shutters. The stone shutters, the clack, 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 clack. And you draw closer, and you draw closer. Everybody make me perception checks.
21.
5. Is that
Yeah,
2
I've
in a
seen that,
row?
yeah.
Okay, I'll
Perception.
get him out of the way. He's getting him out of the way early.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yep. Pretty terrible.
Yeah, Sam,
Yep,
you're the only
21.
person that'll spot this, and it's because you know what you're looking for. There is a young man on the roof, mostly concealed by the chimney, wearing similar leathers to the people you saw in the night.
Ah.
He's looking up and down the road, and he spies you and ducks away. Gav, I will ask, the coin purse that you took, how are you carrying that?
I would have taken the coins and ditched the purse,
Fine, yeah, great.
assuming I had my own purse.
Okay.
Yeah. You are a wonderful lady, so.
The young man on the roof, does not signal to you. Sam, you're aware that he has seen you, but he doesn't try and attract your attention whatsoever. You wanted to look for a menu outside, Sam?
Yeah, just do I catch a menu?
Yeah, there's basically no. There is a sign kind of announcing it as an inn. But there's no sign that, other than this person that you see, there's no sign that anybody's awake because it's barely just dawn. It's an hour after dawn
Yeah, okay.
in the summer. And maybe the fire is just being lit again. Probably the amount of sparks coming up from the chimney would
Does it
suggest.
look
that
like
maybe
there's
somebody
many
awake.
horses, hitched or whatever? Like many
Yeah, there's
travellers in there?
yeah, there's quite a few. You will note golden red, did I say, livery as well, which you
Mhm.
may have been familiar with from the teenagers that tried to accost you. And you'll all notice this. You'll notice in the curtains or in ribbons underneath the stone and shutter sign that swings in the wind. Painting.
Well, I kind of put an elbow in Black, give him a nudge, and say, "Are these the Clackesons or whatever it was?" So that's what I remember.
Claxtons?
Yes, how's Claxton?
You can be
Golden
confident.
red
you can be
livery.
confident, yeah, that it is. Yeah.
They've got
There's-
quite an investment on the outskirts of the town of Port Marn.
There was a gentleman upon the roof fitting the same attire as those that ambushed us yesterday. It was hidden as we've approached.
Fucking sneaky git.
Well, I just want to have a look in the stables and see if there's, 8 hard-ridden horses there.
Hmm.
Unless anyone
yeah.
wants to go in, I think we should push on.
These guys attacked us in the town. They might not be too friendly here.
It would appear that they possibly attacked us in the night as well.
The man on the roof, Sam, was not
be,
wearing
could be.
red and gold.
But he was wearing the same clothes, yeah.
He was wearing similar leathers to the guys who attacked you in the night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you won't want to ambush a man without a disguise. Well, I'll get my Jethro voice back. Well,
I'm just going
Well, unless you want to go fetch this man down, I think we'll carry on.
we'll keep an eye if he follows us. Seems makes more sense, right? We're gonna catch these fellas anyway.
As Black is inspecting the horses, Jed.
Yeah.
Is there any there that possibly riders are preparing to leave and have put gear on them that I could pilfer?
No, the horses are kind of settled in. If you know what I mean? That you can look. Are you actually pulling up to actually look into the stables?
That's what Black said, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll
So you-
dismount and walk around to the stable entrance or whatever.
Yeah,
The stables are even looking through the door, you can see that the stables are fairly full, and everything's been tied up and tied away.
Yes, there's no one getting ready to leave or anything that I could.
Not at this time of day, no.
No,
How
that's
many
okay.
horses can I count?
Um,
I'm not bad at counting.
16.
Okay. Oh. Looks like we might have to stop for breakfast after all, gentlemen.
Okay.
Fine.
Hope you're
It's more
buying.
than... Oh. I'll tap my coin purse. Oh. Last night's assailant is buying.
Yeah. Nice.
More than a dozen horses in here, so...
Yeah.
Could be worth a look.
Indeed. Yes, I think you're right.
All right.
Yes.
Guess we'll hitch ours up then.
Sure.
You'll have to hitch yours outside because the stable's full.
That's fine.
Yep.
Somewhere comfortably in eye shot, I suppose, from windows if we were to sit inside.
Yeah, you can get a spot with a water trough that's still full, and
Just rest them up there. Tie them up and head in for the front door.
the door creaks, and again it's got that kind of rattle. The wind is whipping around you because you're on a hilltop. But you head on in, and the smell of smoke catches your nose. It's dim inside. The daylight will eventually come in through the windows, but at the minute it's basically hitting a few spots at the back of the room. And where it is, it's very bright. It's kind of that sharp brightness that makes everything hard to see. You don't see anybody moving around. You don't hear anybody moving around, but it looks like a normal tavern. There is some Claxton branding. There is a proper Claxton coat of arms with where the Goss had a boar on their blue and silver. The Claxton have a hammer that's striking on an anvil.
Hello?
The voice comes back from the kitchen that you can you surmise it's the kitchen. It's a door behind the bar.
Well, let's stroll up to the bar then.
Mhm.
Good morning.
And a lady comes out in a pinafore, soot all over her hands. Her hands are dirty already, but she looks. Oh, hello, sirs.
Any lizards here?
Jethro.
Any
Any
we were
lizard
looking
folk?
for...
She's looking back between the two of you quite nervously. There are. Pardon me. Sorry, you're here very early. We haven't started serving food yet.
What time's breakfast?
Ah,
Oh well, I'm just heating up the kitchen, the fire now. I'll have water on to boil soon, and we'll have the stove.
You were saying something.
The bread's just proving.
Nice.
now that second question that my friend here asked you, you didn't see any lizard folk on the road last night?
Yeah, her eyes flick back and forth between you. I said, "No, sir, I can't say that I have."
I mean,
But
the
you are welcome to make an insight check if you'd like.
Yes.
I
Like
will
to
do
make
that.
an insight.
I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
I got
23,
13.
Jed. These are my two good skills, perception and insight.
12.
Yeah.
Insight's my best. Oh, and acrobatics.
You can very easily tell. Even with the 12, you know that she's taken aback with the question. But there's a kind of firmness to her answer. With a 23, it's almost like she's like relieved that technically what she's saying is true.
So she didn't see them, but she knows of them.
So I'm going to...
Or she might have seen something else that she doesn't want to tell you about.
I'm half
I'm going
surprised you
to-
didn't say, what's that fucking thing behind you?
Sam, Gav, are you casting Detect Thoughts?
I am.
Her head is filled with how the fuck are they here? What's going on here? How is anybody moving on the roads this early? If they've been moving on the roads this early, they must have been going through the night. Oh my god, if they've been out there all night. Oh, like she's amazed that. I guess you can put two and two together and say that anybody who was out there at night must have been gotten. Yeah, should have been attacked by the people who were raiding overnight.
Oh yeah, so she
And
might know something about them. Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly it.
Okay.
Yeah, she knows that there were bandits out in the night, and she's amazed that you have walked in this early.
We couldn't help but notice a young man on your roof. You
And her
wouldn't know
eyes
anything
open
about
up,
that,
and
would
with
you?
your Detect Thoughts up, you get that flash of panic.
It looks awfully high up there, and he didn't look like he was in. He was too careful a state.
Oh no, sir, I don't know anything. She will say, I don't know anything about the man on the roof, but she will say, I don't know anything about the man on the roof, but all of you know that she's lying.
Well, I suppose you wouldn't mind if I go ask him some questions then.
Well, it wouldn't be safe, sir. I would
Won't be safe for him.
recommend.
He's on a roof, could fall and hurt himself. Can you
Yes,
help
sir.
him down?
Well, you're, and she's blustering around and coming around from the back of the counter now and batting the soot off her hands onto her pinafore, and saying, "So I'd recommend you not go up there. You're awfully large."
I'm,
This lad's no
I'm
relation of yours,
surprisingly
is he?
dexterous.
Again, Gav, without even the Detect Thoughts, the look on her face suggests, yeah, he probably is. As she looks at you, but with the Detect Thoughts, yeah, he's a relation of hers.
I'm gonna go sneaking through the bar and find the stairs.
While she's distracted, you want to look for public stairs?
I
But
want
there's
to
only one
find.
set of stairs, actually. Yeah, why am
Yes,
I asking that?
I just wanted to see if the guy is inside because he disappeared off the roof. So I'm gonna, while they're distracted, whatever, just disappear.
He was concealing himself.
Oh, so he didn't come off the roof. He just.
You didn't see whether he came off the roof or not, but
Well,
Yeah,
if Jeffo's
it's
going up,
honestly-
I'll check inside.
Mhm.
Just like without even needing to talk to him. If he's going up, I'll go directly indoors.
No, I was going to go have a look around outside.
you're going to
Yeah,
go outside to look out the roof.
Yeah, I'm going to like walk in a circuit around the
Okay.
around the inn.
Yeah, fine. Yeah. So as
Lily,
you step
talk
out
to
on,
the lady.
you step out onto the road, and again, your eyes have had that moment to get adjusted to the darkness inside. Now the sun catches you again. You're on this hilltop, so it's bright. It's nice and clear. It's going to be a hot day. You can tell this already. But the wind is enough to stop you from burning already. And you look back up at the roof and see the thatches whistle and the shutters and all the windows clack.
Mm.
There's no one on this side of the roof, but as you walk around it, you can see the young man clinging to the back of the chimney stack, looking down the road the way you've come, although the sun is bright in his eyes.
Hmm.
You've walked around it in a way that he won't notice. Sam, where are you heading inside? Are you going to go up the stairs?
Just upstairs and just poke my head into some rooms that aren't obviously got customers. Try and find establishment rooms.
So all the doors are closed and they aren't marked in any obvious way.
Okay.
You can give me, I guess, investigation rolls. Yeah, give me an investigation roll here.
Flat roll.
I would
4.
like.
Okay. Yeah, they're not marked in any obvious way. You would like, Vic?
I would like to go to the stable and use my speech of the woods to see if I can decipher any clues to who are the owners of these horses, whether they're humans or lizard men or,
Good thinking.
aberrations.
Okay, again, remind me that is a
It just says here so speech of the woods is a special ability,
Yeah.
I think, of the druid. In addition, beasts can understand your speech, and you gain the ability to decipher their noises and motion.
shepherd druid
beasts-
trait. Is an optional druid trait, something like that, is it? Or
Most beasts lack the intelligence to convey or understand sophisticated concepts, but a friendly beast could relay what it has seen
Yeah.
or heard in the recent past.
give me a sec.
Yeah, some like thoughts of screaming woman or something.
So you're gonna
I just want to go and see if they're if they can relate if their owners are humans, lizard men, if
Yeah.
they've, you know what I mean? Nothing too complicated, just something that's,
Yeah.
if possible.
Okay, cool. I'll come back to you.
Yep, that's cool.
Sam, you're having a look around a room, so you head upstairs, and there are, what did I say to you? 8 doors upstairs, and it's just basically you've got a corridor. I'll draw it on the board if you'd like.
No, it's fine. So corridor, doors either side. Can I go to the end?
The very end,
And yeah, the very last room.
and there's a window at the end of the door, and it is actually looking out in the direction you will be heading. So it is facing west, and you can see the more, again, downwards. You get a nice long
See anything
drop
out
there, and the road trails onwards. You're looking down onto the stable, so the stable is below you. If you were to jump out the window, you could land on the stable roof.
Yep.
And you can see the
Mm,
road
important
trailing
for-
away, and past you. You can past all of that at the edge of your vision here. You can see forestry, woodland.
So I just like to try and sneak a peek, and the keyword there is sneak into a door.
Okay, just you're cracking left door, right door.
Left door, why not? And that's a 13 stealth.
Hmm.
Not particularly high.
13 stealth. This on the left door at the end. This room. It is a bedroom. It has 2 single beds. There is equipment in here, traveler's equipment, riding tack, a great axe. The beds are unoccupied, and like unmade, like made, like they haven't been slept in.
They've been slept in. Sorry, what was in there again? A
They
great
have not.
axe.
A great axe, traveling equipment, riding tack. They have not been slept in. Like, there's nobody in them, and there's nobody in them, and there's nobody been in them since they were last made.
All right. Well, obviously we're going to tea leaf all of that shit. So yes, bag all that stuff.
You're picking up the great axe. You pick. I mean, that's several arms worth of stuff.
Yes, well, I'm thinking more the bag of stuff, not necessarily the great axe.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just gonna write a bag of stuff, and we can do all of it later.
It's basically just whatever, not a Dungeoneer's pack, but
Adventurous.
Yeah,
pack,
well,
basically.
yeah.
Might be some gold in there. Or something. Who knows?
I would like to climb on the roof and try and sneak up and grab this guy.
Give me a sneak roll
All right.
or a stealth roll or whatever the fuck it's called in this.
Ooh, 19.
19's not too bad. I'm going to give him a wee perception check.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We both rolled 16s. Am I able to approach him silently?
You don't know what his wisdom score is. You can get a decent grip. So the building itself is granite blocks.
Yeah.
And the wind is whipping up around you. It would be so where you are approaching from. I will draw this. Bear with me.
All right.
So the road is this way, and you have approached from that direction. This is the inn, so we've got a bit of courtyard. This is where your horses are. And this is where the stable is. Now, here's the chimney. Sam, you are looking in that direction. Vic, you're up around in here in the stable.
I'm looking in, the arrow direction.
You're looking in the direction of the arrow on the upstairs there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the poor wee lad is basically hugging the chimney there. And you're approaching from there, do you
Aft.
think, Rix?
Yeah, from aft.
So
of
again,
him.
so the wind is on you because the wind is also coming up. No, so the wind hit you. So yeah, the wind is coming towards your face effectively, Sam, and yeah, from the direction that you came, and you're going to climb up there. And Gix, you're able to get a pretty decent grip on the rock and make your way up gradually. Remind me, have you got an athletics bonus? Have you proficient in athletics?
Oh yeah.
Then I won't make you roll.
Okay. Well, oh
Um,
no, I'm not proficient in it, but I. Oh yes, I am. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, then yeah, you're able to get a decent grip and make your way up to the roof. And the lad is still looking towards the road in the direction that you've come. And as you come up close, he steps and he scurries just this way.
Okay.
And as you get within reaching distance, you feel the weight on the roof. Your weight on the roof shifts the entire thatch a little bit, and he looks and notices you at the last moment. He jumps startled.
Hello, laddie. What are you doing up here?
And there's a proper look of terror on his eyes.
What's all this then?
And he's gasping and saying, I'm just looking to see who's coming. I'm looking for somebody.
Well, you've seen us. Congratulations. Now, why are you
I
really
saw
up
you.
here?
And he instantly starts to fumble at his belt. This kid's you've startled him. You're really panicking him.
You're
So
out.
I'm going to give you.
Huh?
I'm going to give you a chance to act before he draws the knife.
I will.
Push him off the chimney.
No, I think I'll just attempt to grapple him and
Bran Stark style.
and
Hey!
fine.
wrestle him to the ground.
In which case, give me. This would be an athletics roll.
21.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
you get a good grip. Yeah.
Can I just like
Piled
grab
over
him, hold his arm up behind him, and just like I wouldn't do
Yeah.
that if I was you.
You were riding, and did you ride through the night?
Oh, we stopped
I'm
for a
just
little
supposed
bit. We were set upon by some idiots wearing the same clothes as you, though. That didn't end very well for them.
Oh, and he's gasping at that point.
Now, who are you, and who are your friends?
I'm Will. That was my uncle.
What? Now, why was your uncle after us?
He just nothing.
You have to do
You
better
can
than
make
that, boy.
You
Can I?
make an intimidation check?
I can try. Can I hold him right at the edge, like by the scruff of his neck?
Go with advantage for the intimidation
Oh,
check.
thank you. I have a flat intimidation skill. That's his 12
Oh.
and 11.
12 it is then.
Yes, I got a
12.
12 and an 11. Like,
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do better than that, boy.
He was just out. He told me he was going out for the night, and I was to watch for him to come back. That's all. I promise.
Really?
Just
What about the orc?
You can roll insight.
Sure.
I mean, it's pretty obvious again that he's
Like,
Billy bullshitting. 23.
23. Yeah, raising the orc is probably a good idea.
Yeah. Who's the orc then?
You have something else on you that you could show him.
hammers.
Yeah.
How Yeah, I'll hold one of the hammers out and hold it
Yeah.
up to it, up to his nose, like this orc.
That's Brooke.
Brooke.
Fucking
Was.
dead now.
Past tense, boyo.
You can't kill Brooke.
He nearly killed me. We got the better of him.
2 fucking bolts to the chest.
He's shaking in your arms. His foot slips on the edge of the roof.
Now, tell us why you're really after us and what your game is.
We're just robbing travelers.
That was a bit foolish of you, wasn't it?
Well, travelers travel with stuff to steal.
All right,
Please, mister, I ain't never robbed nobody. My uncle just said to keep watching them.
all right. Given that we have inconvenienced your uncle, I'm willing to make a deal. Right, wherever Jethro was, I'm willing to make a deal. I will not drop you off this roof if you tell us all about the lizard men who came through here, and if they're still here.
There ain't no lizards here, mister. We don't serve them.
Have you seen any?
Some night before last.
Yeah. Where'd they go?
And he's waving his left hand in the direction of the road.
Okay. Huh. Guess you're no more used to me then. I let go. Drop off the roof.
Okay, cool. All right.
That's totally my stuff.
You've got a really decent grapple, so yeah.
How tall is this
Jamie
roof?
Lannister him.
It's 2 stories. I'm gonna roll some damage.
Okay.
Definitely
What
not
I'm
break
gonna
a
do-
leg or something.
I don't want to kill him.
Okay.
Can I do
point.
non-lethal falling damage?
You
What
throw
I'm
him down the slope.
Yeah, I'll throw him down the I'll throw him down the thatch so
Throw him
he's
down the thatch
not
so
quite
that
as big a drop.
he might land in the horse trough here, for example.
Yeah, I want him
Something
to
like that.
I want him to learn a lesson. I don't want to.
What I'm gonna do, it's
Not thought we might be able to get more information from his mother.
2 stories, so I'm gonna roll 2d6,
Yeah.
but I'll let you know that this kid has 8 hit points.
Okay.
There you go. Right.
I'm still in making small chat and kind of analysing the old woman, and we just hear a thud from outside.
A dub splash.
Okay. I will climb back down off the roof.
Where, do we have a Wilhelm scream? That we can, like...
Jeffro the child killer.
Hey, he was. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was unintentional.
Fucking still. Got Jamie Lannister in our midst.
Oof.
Oh, I wonder what that noise was.
And the woman pushes straight past you, Gav. She's running to the door and she's looking out the window and she's screaming.
I'm going to stick my head back into the kitchen as she's distracted.
Yeah.
Just have a poke around, see what's here, see if there's evidence.
Things are as described. There is dough proving for bread.
Yeah.
The fire is starting to get hot. The oven is starting to get hot. You're able to find eggs. You're able to find meat. You're able to find old bread, day-old bread.
All right. Nothing that's catching my eye is out of place.
Move over
Some
to
vegetables.
the twitching body of the boy and see if I can stabilize him at all.
You didn't get to look at the horses yet, Vic. I didn't play that out with you. So I'll give you the
That's
choice
cool.
there, but
To get some chocolate.
I'm gonna hear the bang and go and investigate the thud first.
okay.
Because I have another.
I'll tell you what. Let's have you talk to the horses at the same time as Gex is talking to the boy,
Okay.
and then we'll catch it back up. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to get in amongst these horses, and the horses are still mostly asleep or trying to sleep. again, they're not always used to waking up on these early summer mornings, and they're trying to stay warm. They're pressed down in the hay, or not. They're not laying down, but
I look round the stable for any like a bag of oats or any shit like that they have. Or,
yeah, people they'll have nose bags and things like that. So
obviously, I go over and offer them bits of food and oats before I start asking them anything. You know,
mhm.
got to be nice to the horses. Give them a little smooth. Get a
Yeah.
brush. Give them a brush
Yeah, so
down.
we've one fucking animal fetishist and we've one child killer.
Yeah. There's some healthy looking horses, and there are some less healthy looking horses, but you're able to wake a couple up.
Hey. Nay, 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 nay.
I don't think you need to do that. Um,
Still do.
what do
I
you?
know, I was taking a piss in it.
Yeah. But you can gently kind of rouse one of them. What are you looking to ask about?
What rider have you know? Are your riders humans, or are they lizards similar to me? All I want is nod your head, yes, no. You know, up and down for yes, left, right for no. You know what I mean?
Give me an animal handling check.
I didn't take the proficiency in it either, did I? An idiot. I should have.
Rip.
Vic.
That was so close.
7.
That was sitting on the 15 for several.
Yeah.
Total of 7 there for you. You're able to get the horses are kind of proud and loyal. They're happy to be, to belong to whom they belong.
What about if I come back with a carrot? You give me some information then?
The horse you're with kind of,
You think you need a bad cop.
kind of looks at you and then moves away a little bit.
Oh, so tempting to cast Thorny Whip. Not a very nice druid. Alright, well, I'm not getting any more of these freaking dumb animals. Lucky I'm not in a nasty mood, horsey, because you'd get me staff up your ass. I don't mean me thingy one. I mean the.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Very friendly with the
I ain't doing a
animals.
stutchy.
Sure.
He casts animal seduction.
Yeah.
Having a breakdown. So I will leave the rest of the horses, and I assume I've heard that thud
You have
outside.
yes, absolutely.
Could you do anything about this?
Wow.
And you can see, young
Lad,
boy.
what?
Yeah. In the
Crumpled on
water
the
trough.
floor.
In the water trough. His arms are sticking out of it.
All right, what happened here?
That's better.
What's going on here?
Look, I was
Jethro.
questioning him.
Yep.
He got a little
Give
excitable.
me a medicine check, Vic.
Okay, maybe I'll get something better than all 3.
Can I assist?
Can
Can I assist in
An
that?
11.
Examining the boy's key. See if he has
Yeah, I mean,
Fucking 11.
you know what's happened here, Gex, as well,
Yeah.
because you watched it happen. But you're welcome to roll or points.
did
Roll, yeah, roll the medicine check as well.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I got
That's how that goes.
21. No, wait, that's
You can-
not my character sheet. That's still 20.
Cool. You can point out quite clearly which of his vertebrae are broken.
Yeah, he hit the trough on his back there.
Can you get him out that water?
Sure.
He's gonna fucking drown in a minute.
Yeah, I'll lift him
I-
out and lay him on the ground.
I don't know if drowning is the issue here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah,
carefully
but that's the
lift
last
him
thing
out.
we need him doing as well. He's drowning as well as breaking his fucking back.
Can we take the boy with us in the adventurer's backpack and Gav can raise his lizard
No.
skeleton?
No.
Sorry.
The first zombie.
Yeah.
Right, has his mother got outside yet?
She rushes out the door of the inn, and she's sobbing.
So the
next
lad's
to you.
stabilized, yeah?
No,
No. So Gex
no.
wasn't able to stabilize him with his 17.
Well, A, that isn't what he rolled for,
Ah.
and B, when I say vertebrae are broken, I mean like in the neck.
He's dead.
So the
You know.
boy is dead.
Yes, he's dead. Yeah.
I was
No,
hoping
but
we could
when I
stabilize
said
him.
he had 8 hit points and I rolled 10 points of damage,
So he is actually, yeah.
yeah,
So there's no thingy rose. Okay.
not for NPCs.
'Cause I was gonna
I said it
fucking,
was bloody dangerous.
Yeah.
I was gonna bribe his mother. You give us information, I'll heal the little bastard. Gav could have done something similar though. You give us
She is-
information, I'll raise the little bastard.
She's inconsolable.
Ah,
She's not
well,
very
you've killed her
motivated.
son. We might as well kill her and burn the fucking inn down.
No. It was an accident.
Didn't look like an accident to me.
He was
What do you mean? What do you mean?
he was spying on us. He said his uncle had attacked us in the night. We were set upon by a gang of bandits and a large orc wielding this warhammer.
Ah, well, in that case, he got what he's fucking deserved then, didn't he?
He confessed.
And
He confessed to watching us and looking for
Little
his
fucking
uncle.
scum.
What do you know about this?
she is weeping more intensely.
Not a very
Ah,
good
well, at
practice
least- and
running an inn and robbing travellers.
She's just getting the words "you killed," you killed" out of her voice.
We
Have a
fucking
bath over
fell.
here.
I'll shout up to I've already forgotten his
Titus.
character's name. I shout up to Titus as I leave the kitchen and I'm walking outside. Bit of a commotion. Better come down.
Yeah, I was just waiting for Jed to ask me what was happening because I assume I would have heard a
Yeah.
child falling off a roof.
Yes. Similarly,
And
Sam,
screaming.
at the very least, you're hearing this screaming and this shouting.
Yes. At which point, can I see if any of the guests are rousing?
Yes, you can hear movement.
Okay.
We may want to get the fuck out of here.
At
quick-
which point,
Yeah.
can I try and blend in with them as they start shuffling downstairs?
Yeah, absolutely. So first person out of the door is a short but wiry looking man with a mustache, also wearing this kind of leathery armor.
Hey.
He is followed by a dwarf dressed similarly, and then some other folks in night clothes. They look a bit better fed. Only 3 of the doors open of the 8.
Can I just try and hide here and wait for them to clear the corridor heading down the stairs?
Yeah, I would say give me either a
You know,
deception roll or a stealth
in-
roll, adding your charisma rather than your dex.
Like maybe in the door, just where I got the bag.
Yeah.
Just duck
Yeah.
in there and just wait a second.
You can give me a stealth roll or a deception roll, or
I'll
like
use it.
a charisma stealth, if you know what I mean.
I want to do a proper stealth.
Yeah, proper stealth.
Proper stealth. 21.
21. Yeah, great. Yeah, cool. They don't even think to look your way.
Yeah, I just want to like duck in as everyone
it's-
starts
yeah.
leaving.
Yeah.
So when they start filtering down,
Yeah.
The
The only
people
people that you
who-
notice go down are the man and the wiry man and the dwarf in the leather. 2 other people stick their head out of one of the rooms, and someone else cracks a door and then closes it again.
can I sneak into where the wiry man came from?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Put my head in. What?
And
what
again,
else
you'll
do I see.
You'll find a similar kind of dungeon pack, similar kind of riding tack. You will find a map of the area.
Yoink.
And
Anything marked on it? Oh, I can investigate it later, but
yeah, have a look at it later. Or we could be, you can take your time now to look at it, or
no, look at it later. Just grab it.
Mhm.
Any, money, gold things in bags?
Yes, indeed. And you will find. Let me roll this. Gold. 4
Cool.
bags which look like they contain coins anyway.
4 bags of gold roll later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to turn and go back down the corridor and crack the window and start climbing out.
Yeah, onto the top of the stables.
Yep.
Yeah, great, cool. Just for the sake of it, athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Yeah, I'll just take my time with it, not doing it in any rush.
Well, fine, yeah.
12.
12's fine for
Acrobatics.
this. 12 and acrobatics, yeah.
I'm not like trying to get down there quickly and just crack it
Yeah.
open. Take my time.
At the inside the inn, those of you who are at the front will hear the voice. Brenda! Cool.
I'll start walking out, yeah.
Yeah. And he catches you coming out of the kitchen. This is again a wiry-looking man with a mustache inside. This end, I think, for the kitchen. Although the fella is at the stairs.
That's fair.
And
Yeah.
as is the dwarf, and he looks at you and goes, "Who the fuck are you?"
Well, I'm Obadiah. Who are you?
I'm the one staying in this fucking inn.
Yeah, we must be neighbors then. And who's your friend there?
And he's moving to get in between you and the door, but also looking out the window. Brenda, what's happening? Who's this fuck in the kitchen?
Now, sir, there's no need for language like that.
This guy doesn't appear to be armed that you can see, Gav. The dwarf behind him has a little club in his hand.
Yeah. I was just going out to see my friends outside. I think we were just about to leave.
I suggest you better had been leaving. Yes.
All right, I will then. And I kind of snootily kind of stroll towards the door.
Yeah. The dwarf is going to go and have a look out the window, and Gex and Vic, you've been able to hear this chap shouting over Brenda crying because you've killed her son.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with me.
And fondled their horses.
Yes.
Yeah, that might be my problem.
I also presumably killed her brother.
Yeah. Oh well.
She didn't know about that yet.
One of you did. One of you has. I mean, she's
Probably
she's
Sam who
starting
killed
to conclude
everybody.
it.
Your husband. He knows.
One of them got away though.
Yeah.
Did he die of bolt wounds, Jed?
You don't know.
Chances of that.
You don't know which one of them was.
Well, one of them that didn't get away, presumably.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Can I see any windows on the lower floor? My position, Jed.
From your position on the stables, so you're on top of
Yeah.
the stable roof. If you were to move over to so it's an adjoined wall. So
it's just straight over. You got
ground
it.
floor height. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a hard wall.
So is there like a
moves
few
across-
windows along the front or something?
There are windows along the front,
Yeah.
but you're above them on the stable.
No problem. I'm just going to casually wander over here and
Mhm.
crouch down and watch.
Okay.
Can I go over to the boy and try casting men?
Cast mending on his neck. Yeah, you can, and you reach down and you hear quite sickening crunches as the neck bones start to rearrange themselves a little
Oh
bit.
my god.
The
She's
woman's-
scream.
The woman starts slapping at you and screaming.
Oh,
And-
that's not quite what I thought was happening.
Leave the
I
boy
will
alone.
I will get initiative rolls at this point.
Okay. Fuck.
So roll your initiative and put some kind of token with your, whether it's your coloured pawn or what have you, on the tracker where
Yeah.
you've rolled it.
What's my fucking +3?
Uh, 16.
Can I let my stealth roll ride, Jed?
Yes.
It's 21.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That's why I was, asking. Just stay hidden up here for a minute.
I'll give her a separate one.
Another fight, eh?
Doesn't need to be a fight just yet. What you'll clock. So Vic, you are in that, and I'm going to take your turn as having been trying to
Yep. So I'll be
fix
over
this
like
boy.
there.
Fix this boy's next. You'll be over there with that. Brenda here is slapping at you, trying to do that, and that is your opening turn. Titus,
Brenda, the
you
yellow one.
Brenda is Let's name them.
Yeah, sorry, I'll do it. And this is the dwarf, isn't it? The
Yeah.
closer one. And then wiry.
Wireman.
Wiry. Cool.
Sam, you can see the dwarf clocking them through the window. And that is
Okay.
where I'm rolling initiative at. So that's what you can see is him coming to the window.
Can I hold an action? Is it my turn? Sorry.
Yes, it's your turn.
Can I hold an action if he stands there to draw
Yep.
a club? I want to fucking put a bolt in him.
Yeah. So this is a wall with a window. But if he goes
Yeah.
through the window,
Oh, it goes through the door or whatever and approaches
sure, yeah.
towards these
Let's
guys
draw
with
the
his club
door
raised.
as here. That's the door.
If he looks like he's coming at action, I'll funk around towards him.
This is water for the. This is water for the horses to drink because they like that. Those are your horses. Yourses, so to speak. I'm glad that you like how the horses are drawn.
Yes, I do like my squiggly horses.
And great. Okay, you're holding an action. Next is Brenda's turn then. And she is going to call because she has heard Wireman. I say, they've killed my boy!
He
They've-
fell off the fucking roof.
They've killed Owen! They've killed Brooke! They've killed all of them!
He fell off the roof. The trough killed him.
Yes, it's not our fault he was on the fucking roof.
And with that, then, Gav, this fella who's in front of you in the bar is going to rush to the door and outside, and that is as far as he can move. This motherfucker is gonna go through the window, and Gav, again, you will see it, but he takes a step back and then a fucking leap and a dive. And Vic, I'm gonna get an athletics roll from you, please. As again, he's attempting to grapple you. And he's completely fucked it, but alright.
Yeah.
Mine's 0, but what is my roll? 17.
17, yeah, you're good. Yeah. The dwarf comes through and basically falls in the dirt next to you. And he's reached towards you, like his arms are out, but
Headbutts
nothing.
my shell.
Sam, you can
Yeah.
make your attack roll.
So this is clear aggression. I want to make that point.
Yeah, the guys dived through the fucking window and tried to snatch
Non-lethal?
tried to snatch the
He's,
Just a
he's getting
suggestion.
lethal.
Okay.
Oh,
He's
You
getting
just
lethal.
killed their boy. You might as well.
Yeah.
you started this.
He's getting lethal. 27, Jed.
And
27,
now we're going to
alright.
finish it.
Crossbow bolt comes out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah,
I
fine. Yeah,
said-
okay.
We're going to
Yeah,
have to
roll-
kill them all and burn the place to the ground.
Roll damage, Sam, yeah.
14.
Fuck.
Max damage.
Okay. Yeah, this guy these
His head
Or
explodes.
souls have 14 hit points, so that's great. So he leaps out of the window, snatches fruitlessly at Tor in an attempt to grab him, hits the dirt, and the crossbow bolt just comes in clean between his ribs.
Thunk.
It's center of the spine, like
Yeah. Absolutely.
paralyzed on the floor. Fucking
Gex, it is your turn.
Just hearing
So
his
this
blood
guy's dead,
gurgle.
right?
This guy dwarf is dead.
He's gonna be going nuts.
Dwarf is dead.
I would like to grapple this fellow and try and
Yeah, sure.
restrain him?
Yeah, give me an athletics check, please.
20 something.
Okay, I think yeah, that wins just about.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'd like
Yeah.
to, I guess, grapple him and.
In fact, yeah, that barely wins because I had a 21. So
Okay, I'm
yeah.
glad I
Restrain
added it
him.
correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to, just grapple him and restrain him. Nobody else needs to die here.
Okay. You can give me okay, what would you like to roll for that? You can make it a persuasion or an intimidation check.
I think persuasion.
Yeah.
It matters
Give me-
not. I have 0 bonus for either.
Okay.
Not very charismatic. Oh, it
Oh,
bounced
you're
off the
Gav.
20. Fuck you, Gav.
That's karma. That's karma, monk.
It's
Fucking
called
Well,
child
killing a
murderer.
kid.
I do not persuade him, I guess.
Yeah, great. Okay, fine. Top of the round then,
Okay,
Vic, it's your turn.
Can I also, as a bonus action... Wait, is that a bonus action?
So I'll count
Spend
the
key-
grapple as the attack point, the attack
Yeah, I'd like
action.
to spend my other key point to take the dodge action and just avoid attacks until my next turn.
Okay. All right. Okay, you're dodging while grappling, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Okay.
He's doing fucking, what's he called? Steven Seagal style
What's
Aikido.
Brenda going to do?
Yeah.
Go and slap you on the back of the head?
This guy might break out and
What?
attack me if he gets a good strength save.
In
Pull a
mind.
rolling pin
Okay.
out.
Okay. Well, what choices do I have? I've got a choice. I could smack Brenda in the face,
Don't attack Brenda,
Slap.
please.
or I could walk over and give Matey a dig in the kidneys with me stick.
You could
Grapple her and drown her next to a
restrain
child.
him. No, don't do that.
No, I don't have any. I've got string. I could come over and help tie him up, I guess. We got a
Yeah?
prisoner. Some questioning to be done.
Yeah, if you do.
Yeah. Can we do that? Yeah.
Yeah, you can head on over there. The
Move
guy
over there
is
and see if I can help Gex tie the bastard up with some rope from my
okay.
adventurer's bag.
What I'll say is, if he remains restrained at the end of Gex's next turn, if he
Yep.
remains grappled at the end of Gex's next turn, then you'll have been able to tie him up.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll give it the full round. If he is able to
Cool.
get out, then it won't work. Does that sound fair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds better than me.
Okay, Sam, it is your turn.
Nope, it's mine, I think.
Let's go.
Yes, it is Gav's turn.
Yeah, we've missed Gav completely.
Fuck's sake, I've done that again.
No.
Amazing.
Yeah, but I was on the same as Jethro.
Yes,
yeah,
I know.
sorry.
Yeah,
But we went straight to it. Yeah.
Sorry, Gav. Yeah, it's your turn.
So I'll take my double move
Yeah, fine.
and
Yeah.
move to just outside the door.
Yeah.
What the hell? And that's my go.
Yeah, you've not had a full bearing of witness of what's going on here, so you've been able to hear the woman screaming, but this is your first time.
This is a story for the fire later.
No, it
I
isn't.
love it.
We never speak of this again.
Oh, you're never gonna let this lie now.
Okay.
Oh.
Sam, it is your turn.
Tell
Tell you what, Sam, from your vantage position, make me a perception check, please.
There are any of the other people
No.
coming down. Carrot sheet. That is a 17.
17. Okay. All right.
If thou see anything.
So the sun is in your eyes from this direction.
Okay.
So you can see everybody here. You realise that you can't see too far back the way you've come. The wind is whippling. The wind is whippling from behind you.
And that's the way we came, where my dice is.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So this is the arrow that you've been travelling in. So the initiative tracker is the direction you've come in. Which would make pen that direction north, roughly.
Well, I think I will just back over. Presumably, this is like a V-shaped thatch roof.
Yeah.
It's
So
got a
you
peak.
can, yeah,
I want
absolutely.
to just drop down from the peak and attempt to hide again.
Okay, yeah.
Stay low.
Yeah, just go low and
Stay
watch
low.
what's
Stay
happening.
ready. He's a
Ah,
sniper.
13. There you go.
13. Okay, 13's not too bad. All right. Okay. Gonna make
And I'm just going to watch the
one
situation.
more roll. Brenda is not going to act.
I imagine
fact-
she's on her knees on the floor, weeping over the boy's
She's-
fucking body.
She's grabbing her son and she's gonna try and drag him away to get out of way of harm. That's as far as she's able to get while she's dragging a teenager. From
You're gonna be wanted for murder now, boys. You know that.
Manslaughter.
this side of the inn, and this is what you've been rolling for, Sam. There is a skinny man, not too wiry looking, not too strong looking, but you will recognize this as the one that got away in the night at the dawn raid. Looks
This
fucking
one.
exhausted. At the back of
Bastard.
the thing here, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
But he stands, he draws a bow, and he's going to loose an arrow at. He can see Jeffro holding his friend, so he's going to loose an arrow at Jeffro. What's your AC Gex, please?
16. He would be attacking me at disadvantage
Yeah.
because I'm dodging.
You are dodging, so yeah,
But
I'll roll.
advantage because you're grappling?
No, grappling. Yeah, it'll be. I'll make it disadvantage because because
Oh, it's disadvantage if I can see the attacker, which I'm not most definitively not looking at him. Just
You are welcome to make a perception check, but I don't think so.
no, I'll take it.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, in which case, yeah, he will hit.
Okay.
So that's a
Ouch.
short bow. That is 6 points of damage.
Ugh.
As an arrow comes and thunks into your back.
Busted.
Got one healing spell left, my friend. Well,
Okay.
I'm going Indian now. Fuck me.
Gav, your turn. I'll give you this first turn this time, so I don't bloody forget you.
I'll stroll out kind of away from the inn and the obvious craziness, but having seen this guy,
Yeah.
the escaped guy,
He's backlit now from where you are. Brenda's in the way potentially, but she's kind of cowering so that he could get a shot past her.
I will then cast a spell at him. I'll cast Chill Touch,
Okay.
which I believe I have to roll to hit, and I roll
Yeah.
a 1.
Okay.
Oops.
Your
Bye, Brenda.
your chill
Skeletal hand
touch.
grabs your balls.
Yes.
Somebody
Broke the
takes.
dead kid.
Yeah.
Well,
You raise your hand and the skeletal hand bursts out from your wrist as you are perhaps used to and collides directly with the back of the old woman's head.
Oh my
It
god.
grips her skull tight, and she falls by her knees from the weight of her dead son.
We're gonna have to burn this place down
I
now,
feel
boys.
the warm glow of getting that extra 1 hit point from that. Yeah, okay. I guess
Yeah.
that's my go.
Yeah.
Look around sheepishly.
Gex. I didn't give
Fucking
Wyman a
the-
chance to escape from your
Please do,
grasp.
please do.
So
Is that like a contest?
it is. Is
Is
it another
it-
contested athletics check? Yeah, let's make the
I
contest.
don't know. I do not know.
It
It's
is.
a
I think it
it's a
is.
contested athletics check. So again, you make that again. I've got a yeah.
He gets out.
And he can
Yeah.
choose.
I got
athletics
5.
or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, I've broken that because I've got a 7.
Okay.
So again, yeah, you both rolled really well last time. Both rolled really badly this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wyman breaks your grip. The pain of the arrow in your shoulder blade is enough to distract you, and he can grab your
Arr, my
grip.
shoulder blade.
And he cracks his wrist, and a dagger flies from out of his sleeve, Assassin's Creed style.
Ooh.
So he is armed, where you might not have thought that he was, but he's not going to get an attack because he's used his action to escape.
Okay.
And it is your turn.
Right, you guys just made this lethal. I don't know. I'm going to attack him.
Yeah, fine.
Those guys made it lethal.
Not good enough. 9.
You done
Yeah,
fucked
that's
up
not
No,
gonna hit.
you can make an extra attack as a bonus action.
Yes, I can make a second unarmed strike. Okay.
There we go.
That'll hit. That'll hit.
Yeah, 1d4 plus 3. Where's my d4?
Gonna
7
make you-
damage to his chop.
Seven.
Okay.
Okay.
That's better.
Yeah, great. Yeah. 7. I'm going to track that on there. Okay.
I will state I am non-lethally attempting to knock these guys out, but
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to matter.
Yeah, fine. Okay, top of the round. Vicky,
Sam's
it is
going
your
to shoot
turn.
everybody again.
Okay. Well,
Probably.
I think I am going to use my last wild shape,
Okay.
and would I be alright transforming into a panther, which is the same C challenge rating as a wolf?
Let me
Stag.
grab. Give me a second.
Yeah, that's cool. Generally, it has to be a creature I would have potentially seen.
Yeah, now you've come from the tropics, so that's fine
Yeah.
and not unreasonable. I'm just checking. The
Might be a large cat or something in there.
There is a panther thingy in the
there is
enemy thing.
there's a stat block for a panther, so that's fine. I'm
Yeah.
happy with that. What I'm doing is I'm being really patronizing. Okay, so second level you get a quarter CR. Panther is okay. Yeah, sure. That will use your action, so you won't get an attack this turn.
That's fine.
Okay, cool. All right.
Let's get the bejesus out of them there.
Have you got a stat block for that?
Yes. Yeah, I've already
Okay.
got it there and open.
Great, no problem.
Nice.
Okay.
Am
Sam,
I rolling for the health or just taking the
you
standard health?
take the average health.
Is it my go?
Right,
Sam, it is
13.
your turn. Yeah.
Can I see the guy with the longbow?
Unless Vic, do you have anything else you'd like to do?
No, I don't think I got a bonus action I could take. So
No.
no, that's it. Just
Sam,
me.
You can see the guy now. He's stepped out of cover. He's made an attack, so you can see the guy. It was to see whether you'd seen him on his approach.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a shot at him then, please, sir.
Yep, sure. Yeah, make the attack roll.
He rolls a 1 and kills me.
No, that's a hit.
many.
Yeah.
That's a many. Yeah. 10.
10. Cool. Okay, great. I can't remember where that guy was hurt before.
No, I think we got the hurt one.
Yeah.
I'd assume he'd have done a short rest yet before he got
Yeah,
back.
yeah, that's it. He's been
Yeah.
plodding for a
Would have
little
healed
bit.
a bit.
There was definitely 1 or 2 that were completely unhurt.
Yes, I
Absolutely.
think there was like one of them that got away that was completely unhurt.
Yeah.
And fucking, because the other one we managed to get back into the combat, didn't we?
So after that, Jed, I want to take a knee and make myself as small as possible.
Okay,
Come
I
on.
understand that. Yeah. I'll give you 3/4 cover from where you are, because you told me you were behind the apex of the thing.
Yeah, so just like popped up, fired around, duck back down again.
But that's fine, because he's mainly interested in. He's watched Brenda die and seen what's happened here. So he's mainly interested in taking a shot back at Gav.
Are we the bandits?
Shit show with fucking.
No.
Well,
Are we
Count
the
the bandits, come on.
bandits?
by the looks of it, guys, we might have to turn
Yeah.
bandit.
Takes
But he's gonna
killers
miss the
to
gun.
catch killers, I guess.
You're fucking murdering people all the time.
Oh shit! This is
Carry your way, Gav. He misses. Yeah.
this is like when fucking Rudy broke all those prisoners out and just murdered all the guards in the fucking palace.
Yep.
We had to flee. Yeah.
Now Wyman is going to slash at you, Gex, with his wrist dagger, but again misses.
Oh, thank God.
He's kind of flailing wildly. Which means it is your turn, Gex.
Okay. I guess I'll just attempt to. My first attack I will make with my stick because it does more damage, I think. Quarterstaff. Fuck. Okay, it's fine. Second attack. Unarmed strike. Fuck. My shoulder injury is playing up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sorry.
Lack
You're
of
in
sleep.
considerable pain.
Yeah.
Gav, it is your turn. You've been fired at with an arrow.
Yes, and in return, I'm going to cast Ray of Sickness on this poor chap.
Bless him. Okay,
It's a 19 to hit.
What the fuck?
lovely. Okay.
Oof.
And he takes 8 points of damage.
And a moment of
Sorry, he can make it's poison damage, so he can make a saving. He must make a con saving throw. On a failed save, he's also poisoned until the end of the next turn.
He's not going to survive 8 points of damage. It's fine.
Okay.
So you see, I mean, he's been hit with a crossbow bolt, and you see from that the sepsis spread through his veins, and he goes pale and crumbles.
Cool.
That man looked familiar.
Hmm.
And I will turn back towards towards this wiry gentleman and move over near him.
Yeah. He's
I'll
looking himself somewhat horrified now at this point.
I'll cross out the bit in my notes where I said I was going to send money to the Stone and Shutter for Brenda.
Get a pair of some blood money.
Yeah. If
yeah.
we ever got like a bunch of gold, I was going to completely just
that-
give it all to her.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's blood money, isn't it? You know,
Yeah, exactly.
pay a fucking.
Alignment is
fee.
Jeffrey.
But it's
Vic-
fucking hilarious.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Vic, it is your turn.
I would say neutral, possibly chaotically.
Chaotic now.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay, so my plan's out of the door because Gav melted Matey's fuck.
But in panther form, it is.
Because I was going to charge him and smash, you know.
So
Let me see.
batter this guy
You
that's
got a
right
guy
next
right
to
in
you.
front of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Yeah, but I need to do 20 meters. If I do 20 feet in a straight line, I can take him down and bite him, so I can attack with my claws and fucking nag their throat as well. But yeah, I'll
Why
just
don't you
turn around and.
run away, take an opportunity attack, and then run back and charge him?
Well, I got 50 meters. I got 50 feet of movement, so I could
Just
move
hit
that
on.
way.
Just
and then,
hit him.
bite the fucker.
yeah, I'm just gonna bite him because that is the. Yeah, bite.
Get it
Bite
over.
him.
This fight
Roll,
is over.
roll the attack.
I mean, it wasn't even meant to be a fight.
No,
I
I wasn't planning on opening this with a with a
Us
combat.
murdering things.
Is it a
Yeah.
9 or 6? 9.
That's a nine.
9
Should have been
That's a nine.
Andre.
plus
That's a nine.
4.
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah.
And then its damage is 1d6 plus 2.
Can I retcon part of my character sheet, Jed?
What are you thinking?
Well, I put myself down as lawful evil. Can I
Five.
just put myself down as chaotic evil?
Yeah, I don't
I've
give a fuck
acted
about
that.
alignment.
5.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think we should all be chaotic.
I think
and
you
just
your
have
alignment
fucking
should
nutcase group.
change
Yeah.
as you behave. So
Yeah.
then you change it on
Yes.
your character.
Guys, we
Yeah.
just killed a bunch of people who were hunting
Yeah,
travelers.
Yeah.
This
I mean, to
isn't-
be
the
fair, yeah.
kid was
Like,
in on it.
My guy's lawful neutral. This is all sits perfectly well with him.
Mine's just neutral. He don't care.
Vic, you bite into this guy's leg and you get a mouthful of hot blood more or less instantly, or through the leather pant, and his hand manages to find like your ear, but it's no longer got the strength to grip, and he falls down around you.
Tore through his tendril.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
everyone
Oh,
dead.
gentlemen, what the fuck just happened?
That kid.
I can't talk.
That kid.
From upon the stables, I will
Yeah.
repeat the same. My thoughts exactly.
Look, that kid was spying on us, so I crept up on him and I asked him a few pointed questions.
Like
And,
what, Jethro? Like what?
He was spying on us for his uncle, who was the man who led the attack on us last night with the big fucking orc guy. This kid was looking out for him coming back. He was in on the whole thing. Now, I didn't mean
So
to
what?
kill him. I just thought to drop him off the roof and teach him a lesson. But, turns out he's weak as shit.
So what? The entire occupancy of this inn preys on travellers. Typical Claxon.
I didn't say that many words, but these guys certainly. Well, I don't mean.
Well-
I did. The kid did
rifles
die
and
from
pockets.
falling off that roof.
Sam on the roof, roll me a perception check.
Yes, that's the other question: is what's happening with the patrons?
I've marked on my sheet.
Oh yeah, I imagine it's been kicking right.
I'm
under
blind.
Under enemies on my sheet, I've marked
7.
nosy kids.
I'll roll a perception check if that's all right. I'll use my keen smell.
No, it was from the roof,
From the
like
roof.
from
Yeah,
the
but I
north.
can.
6, Jed. Not 7.
You roll it if you like, Vic, with advantage for smells particularly.
Yeah, so I'd be able to pick up fucking loads of crap in a panther. Where is my pink dice? Come here, pink crappy dice. You were really good last week on the stealth, but you've been really shit this week.
Well,
It's
this
like
time it
that
hasn't
was-
even rolled a number.
That's a 2. If you hover on it, it's landed perfectly on its edge, but oh, it's landed on this blue mark.
Ah.
If it's cocked, I don't mind a reroll. You had advantage
Yeah.
on
Well,
the roll anyway.
it's reading as a 2.
Okay.
Well, he has advantage, so he rolls it again anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll it again. Roll it again anyway, because you're bound to roll higher than a 2.
1.
There we go. That's fine. And what do you add to
16.
that?
Perception is +4 plus a proficiency bonus of 2.
Well, if it's perception for a panther,
Yeah.
you're using
Higher.
your perception bonus.
I'm using that's the panther's perception bonus. Of
You're using your perception bonus because it's a
which
wisdom
I think
skill.
is the
Wild shape.
same again anyway. I think.
Okay. So that's a total of 20.
Yeah.
Why are you adding? Sorry to be pedantic, but why are you adding a proficiency bonus? It should already be calculated on your sheet.
Because
Yeah,
this is in an animal form using those skills.
No, when you're in wild shape, you use your own wisdom. So
Yeah, any wisdom and int and charisma skill are yours.
What's your wisdom bonus, Vic?
4.
So you've got a +4 plus proficiencies. It's 6 total. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're proficient in perception.
Which I'm not on that one though. So sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's +4. So it's a total of 20.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got, as I said to you, you've got a mouthful of adrenaline-washed blood, and that's what's really filling your nose. You can smell the sickly pale bodies that have been rotted by necromantic magic at the eastern end of the inn, and then you can smell the horses in the stables. You can smell the fire starting to crackle in the kitchen, and you can smell people all around you.
No unusual scents other than the ones that
You can smell the people that you know about.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
but there's nothing
And the
there.
bodies.
Yes.
And the
I'm very
Yeah,
tempted to
the-
go and
the-
show those
the-
horses a fun time now.
The already rotting bodies, particularly of Brenda and the escaped guy, the escapist.
Yeah, the ones in cabs just
Yeah.
Right.
Why don't we leave a note saying that these people were killed by lizards and that we've gone for help?
No, that would be decidedly untrue.
That's the point.
Why don't we just report them to the authorities and say they were robbing travellers?
Well,
Why don't we just loot the place and burn it down.
that makes
Can I have a
more
look at
sense.
that map, Jed?
We are
No,
we
but,
are still we are still looking for that Caitlin, right? Let's get out of here.
Jed, on
Yeah.
the note of him saying robbing people and reporting to authorities, can I open the map and see if there's any evidence of such
Yeah.
things? on
You're-
this
you're-
island?
You're still up on your roof?
No, I kind of came down.
You've come down off the roof, that's fine. So yeah, opening up the map, I guess you stood next to the horses, aren't you? Yeah. So you can see a few things marked out. What you've got is a topographical area of the moor, and so at one end you've got Porthmarn at one end, and then it goes all the way up nearly as far north, and in some ways as far north as the River Vadden. You can come up and look at the thing. I'm going to move along the UI here a little bit.
Yep.
To let's say to here.
Mhm.
And some of the woods. There are all of the farms that you've kind of seen, and some others marked up. So you've got a nice collection of buildings, that sort of thing. And then so this could look like an official map, except drawn into it, you've also got some extra buildings drawn on with pencil, and some extra markings drawn on with pencil through the woods. Some of these look like paths, kind of unofficial paths, that sort of thing, and some of them might be camps. They are numbered. There is a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Black, what do you make of this?
I'm not so
Oh, sure,
familiar
yeah.
with outside the city, so
No,
not
it's just
much unless
hand-drawn things. I found it in that wiry gentleman's.
I believe him
bedroom.
probably to be Marcus. We shall see. Do I make anything of this? Is there any historical sites in relevance to these areas, old villages that might have succumbed to the
You can give me a
tides
history
of
check.
time? That's an 11.
An 11 with the history check. I mean, they might be, but you can see that there are settlements on the map, and the things that are drawn on aren't the same as the settlements that are already part of the. It's not quite a printed map, but it's they are more newly added by a different hand on the map than.
Well, I guess they were marked by this man. What they are, who knows? What did you find upstairs, Mr. Titus?
Just more raiding accoutrements and gear.
What, the
Typical
spoils
things.
of these people?
It's some, and also weaponry, backpacks, etc. Things to stay the night out in the wild.
Oh, well,
It seems a well organized group of individuals, although dead.
plan of them. Hopefully all dead. We shall have to report this to Lord Goss. It seems that House Claxton is allowing this sort of behaviour outside the town.
Before we leave, can I turn the bodies?
Ask them, just go through.
Loot them.
Yeah, just quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, as I said, the wireman and the dwarf had basically gotten out of bed. Their boots aren't even properly tied.
Yeah, I've already got that shit from upstairs.
But Wireman has, as I've said to you, he has a kind of apparatus around his wrist with this deployable dagger.
Cool.
That you can take. I can
Hidden
provide, I mean,
blade.
yes, effectively, yeah. It's the Assassin's Creed Hidden Blade.
Sweet.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I'll grab it.
Yeah.
I want to-
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
That's fine, and statistically wise, that's no different than a normal dagger, except that it doesn't have the throwable property.
No, I've got some thoughts for that. We'll discuss
Yeah,
later.
fine. Yeah, no problem. Gav, what were you about to say?
I wanted to go into the inn and shout up to the guests.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll go through the bodies first. I mean, the dwarf has got his club. He's got his leather armor. He doesn't have an awful lot else, as I've said to you. Will has a knife on his belt. He also has in a little pouch some kind of wooden shapes that were halfway through whittling. Maybe they were going to be animals. And a warm hat that's tucked into his belt. Although he appears to have taken that off.
Yes.
Brenda has a key tucked into the pocket of her pinafore. Just the one key. It is large and heavy. And iron. And Mr. Escapee has some arrows and an empty kind of, what it turns out to be an empty sack, effectively, that's folded quite tightly and
Does it
turned
say
into his
swag
belt.
on it?
It does not say swag on it, but it might as well.
Yeah. Filthy
Sorry, I
rotten
missed that last
bastard.
bit. Got a bag
Mr.
of
Escape,
swag.
it does not actually say swag on it. It is empty and it is folded tightly and tucked into a kind of knot on his back.
Okay, well, I'll retrieve the bolt out of him. And the other bolt, do you want me to roll a d4 and half it? It's 2 bolts I fired.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, you rolled a 3. Let's go with both the bolts you get back.
Okay. Cool. I don't particularly want his longbow.
No.
No use for it.
Gav, you are going to go inside into the inn.
I'm going to grab
Yeah,
some
and
water.
I'm gonna walk to the base of the stairs and just shout
Yeah.
up. Hello. I'll start walking up the stairs.
I will follow him, prowl along in me panther form, just behind.
Thor, you'll scare the guests. This is not my intention.
Oh. Might be mine.
Gav, there is no response.
Okay, I'll walk up to the top of the stairs and I'll try the first door.
To the first door. So you come to the top of the steps. You have a corridor. There are 8 doors. There's one on each left and right as you go up there. So first door on your left. And I'm gonna get
Sure,
the
and
notes.
I won't just open it. I'll knock and then try to open it. Hello?
Yeah. This one is as with the one that Sam tried. It has some traveling gear in it, but it has not been slept in. So there is horse tack in here. There is a kind of adventurer's pack, but it has not been slept in.
Okay. Go to the opposite side of the corridor. Try that one.
Opposite side of the corridor, this room has no marks of any person. It's just a made-up room.
Okay. Keep going along the corridor until I get some reaction.
Yeah, fine. Okay, so the next set, you knock on the door, and then you try it, and it moves a little bit, but kind of won't quite budge. Like something's pushing on the other side. Not the
Okay.
hard clack of a lock, but yeah.
Yeah, somebody's stacked up against it or something. Okay, well, it's like, hello? There's been a bit of an incident downstairs. It turns out the innkeep and his wife have been robbing travelers along this road. And they have been doing so for some time. We've put an end to that now. But I'd advise everyone to leave as soon as possible. There's plenty of horses there, and if you check the other rooms, you can see what they have stolen over these months.
Apart from what Sam's stolen from them.
Yeah.
And I'll be saying this loud enough so maybe the people in the next room along can hear as well. And with that job done, I'll leave and go back downstairs.
I would invite you to make me a persuasion check, Gav.
While he's doing that, I want to be taking any pickled or non-perishable foods from the kitchen.
I roll a 16 on a persuasion check.
16 on persuasion check. Thank you very much. Sam, you find 42 gold pieces across those 4 bags of thing, or the equivalent of in various coins, and some pickled vegetables and some dried cured meats.
Just do it in rations terms. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah,
Really.
fine, yeah.
I want to find
Yeah.
a sheet or a tarpaulin
Yeah.
and just lay it over the bodies of the boy and his mother. Fuck the guys that attacked us, but yeah, I'll just cover their bodies up.
Oh, Jethro.
Yeah.
As I stroll outside.
Yeah.
You sentimental fool.
Yeah.
You should be buried properly. You're only hiding your own guilt here.
There are tablecloths.
We
Gex?
don't have time for that. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
It's 3 days rations. Seem fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's all I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. In terms of old bread and some cheese and
food.
Yeah.
Jed, how long do I think it would take to set a... Well, sorry, first of all, what are the funerary customs in this land? Is it buried? Is it burned?
We could
Is
probably
it
arrange that.
Yeah. To be fair, you've lived in a maritime town, so it's common to have burials at sea as well.
Chuck them in the river.
So that would make a lot of sense for maritime, but in here I'm not too
In
sure
here.
what to do.
People at Moorland might well be buried. People in the Moorland might well be burned. I'm going to draw a well on the map as well because I realise that this place makes no sense without a well.
Back in
I don't draw as a well just after you told us
Thieves
there's a burial at sea custom.
Yeah.
No, I know. I
No,
realised.
that'd poison the well. That'd be awful. You'd
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, that would be a
I'm
war
going
crime.
Terrible for
Well-
a necromancer to poison a well outside a place, isn't it?
I'm going
Yeah.
out on a limb here, Jed. May or may
Yeah.
not be true.
Mhm.
But I'm going to say this is for you
Just
to decide.
declare it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back in Shu, bandits and thieves like this put on display upon their death as a warning.
Well, they're already on display, so can we just leave them?
Well, we have various funerary rites and gods to appease. Otherwise, who knows what would happen to the spirits of these creatures? No matter what they did in this life, they should be taken care of. We shall bury them on the way back, but I would like to drag them away from the horses and keep them covered from the crows.
Chuck them in the stable?
Throw 'em in the building and burn it down.
We're not burning it down.
Cannot burn it.
Arson!
It has to stay as evidence of our heroic deeds.
I don't think someone wants that evidence around too much.
Speak for nobody, I guess. As I say, speak for yourself, but nope.
Heroic
All right, let's
deeds
just
of killing an
pile them
old
up, chuck them in the
lady.
stable, get out of here. Yeah, agreed.
Agreed.
Should we just throw them in the root cellar?
I'll drag them down to the stable.
Oh,
Surely
lay
this
them
place
out.
has a surely
wanna
this place
put
has
a-
a root cellar. They won't
Put a
decompose quickly, then.
tablecloth or something in there.
Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. If they have a cellar, we'll chuck them in there.
Throw them in the fucking stable. You're gonna be spreading disease with the horses really quickly.
Yeah, whatever. Irrelevant.
Titus is indifferent to your customs.
Jed, I would like to go over to the
Yep.
to the fireplace, pick up a piece of coals, charcoal, if there is
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
And
sure.
just
Yeah.
at the end of the stairs, so that anyone coming down the stairs can read it. I want to write a note to say, "Free the horses."
As an instruction. Yeah.
Truthfully, as a druid, I should be
Yeah.
going and freeing the horses, but I'm a cat.
Well, I guess we better be on our way, gentlemen.
Yep. Look, that was an accident, all right.
Don't have to tell me. We did a good thing here.
Well, I won't
The
go
rule
that
of law
far.
has to be obeyed.
You didn't see that boy's body.
I did see
how
the
that-
boy's body.
To be fair, he
Yeah, but
did
you-
go
you
for a
didn't
knife.
See how he landed?
He did go for a fucking knife. You said that, yeah. I acted.
Yeah.
I grappled him in reaction to that. Huh.
Because he was
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I take it all back. It was fully justified.
Well,
He signed his
You
own
even
death
tried to
warrant
find
with
out
that
how
knife.
old the boy was roughly.
Nope.
let's
Not
get
asking
on
that
towards
question. Let's go.
Thornton.
I mean, to your eyes, he might have been 15, 16, something like that.
Yeah. Old
Old
enough to
enough.
know better.
Nearly old enough to come out on the bandit raids, but
Yeah. Well, stopped
young
him from
enough
doing
for his
that.
mother- Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's that shitty Tom Cruise movie.
just kill a kid before he can become a bandit. Yeah.
I'm gonna, unhook the horse, unhitch the horse, and
Yeah.
jump up and get ready to move.
Okay.
Pack up. We distribute the foods that Titus acquired.
Yeah.
I'll once again
Yes,
do
yeah,
a fucking forward flip onto the horse.
Yeah. Brilliant. And you're
Um,
able to, hop up and ride on.
As just before we go, the bag of adventuring stuff. What was that? Just like a Dungeoneering pack or something?
Yes. Yeah. What's the other one that's not a Dungeoneer's pack?
Adventurers pack.
Explorer's
Adventurer's
pack.
I think. Yeah, Explorer's pack. Yeah, why not?
I might have made that up.
Something like that. Let me get the fucking rulebook up again.
No,
it's fine. I'll
I'll
check
just
it.
find it. It's the
Yeah.
one other than it's fine.
Yeah.
I've got it.
It's
You
not.
crack
There's
on.
not an item called a bandits pack, but it's effectively just a. Exactly.
Brigand's pack.
Yeah.
Explorer's pack. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Explorer's pack. I was right. Fuck. Right on.
And you ride on, and as predicted, the day is quickly scorching, and you drop down from the hill upon which the stone and shutter is perched. And the wind slackens as you come into lower grounds, but the sun does not decrease in intensity, and it is a bright day, and you can feel the heat upon your necks, as can your horses. The water on the ground is still like murky puddles, and from having looked at your map, Sam, it may be some time before you come across a clear running river, although there is much there is much what am I trying to say, sources of stagnant water that the horses keep looking towards and sniffing at and turning away from. They have had chance to eat and drink at the inn where you tied them up for all of those 15 minutes or so. Vic, I assume you are coming out of Wild Shape to ride on the
Yeah.
horse? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That'll be
fine.
fine.
Okay.
Don't think the horse is going to let me put it back in
No,
panther
but
form.
you could walk on as a panther for some time until that runs out, or
Yeah, I might stay in panther form then
Yeah.
until it
Yeah.
runs. Because I can imagine I can keep up with the horses just
Keep your
about.
horse fresh.
but within a
So,
few
Jed,
hours. Yeah.
It's only an
So on-
hour anyway.
You were saying there was other tracks and or buildings. Is there any shortcut that might go past water in the forest, etc.?
Yeah. So as you're heading onwards, you're able to look out and around, and as I say, a lot of the tracks, and you're able to give me, if you're looking at your map, give me
Yeah.
a survival check with advantage.
21.
21. It is reasonable to assume that a lot of the houses will have their own wells, and that is where a lot of things go. There are flowing water courses here. The hills themselves will have congregates and little eddies that might run down the side of it a little way. But to find good, clean, flowing water might be a challenge. When you get into the woods, and you are drawing closer and closer to the woods, there will be opportunities, although you will have to, as you can see here, you will have to cross two forks of the River Vadden when you get in there. And you'll be doing
as
that
long as
later in the afternoon.
if we can make it to that and not have
Yeah.
any problems about drinking, we'll just wait till then, I suppose.
By the time the sun is at its highest, you are coming up and close to the trees, and their shade is easy. The map here shows the road kind of skirting around the woods, but it isn't quite the case, as deliberately there is a thin kind of windbreak and sunbreak to make the road almost avenue-like as you pass through the
It's
tree
just
line.
through the
And
edge of the tree line.
yes, exactly. The road doesn't go deep into the woods, but it does go in among the
Cool.
trees. The way that you walk, the way that you ride even together, is quiet, but you can catch glimpses of birds coming in and through the trees, and at this time of day, rabbits mostly, few other animals really.
When we hit the road, before I end up coming out of panther form, is there any chance
Yeah.
I can use me keen sense to see if I pick up any unusual smells on the road?
Unusual smells, yeah, absolutely.
so
Give me another perception roll. So you get the advantage, but use your own perception score, which I think we said was a +6 for you.
Yeah, that is +4. I
Plus,
haven't got. My perception is +4 because I haven't got proficiency in
you
perception.
haven't got proficiency in perception. Okay, cool. So it is a
So it's
+4,
15.
yeah. 15 total.
With advantage though.
Yeah,
'cause
with
it's keen
advantage.
smell.
Yeah, so you roll twice and then choose the highest.
Yeah, 15.
15.
15 it is, and that's a total 15. So that's with the plus
Yeah.
4. Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I wasn't watching you roll, but the smell of horse there is quite strong. But you're right. There is a linger. There is a linger of a rider with riders with cold blood is the way I will put it.
Huh.
Riders who do not shed hair or skin, but might shed scales.
I want to keep an eye and make sure that there's no horse tracks leading off the road.
Okay. Yeah.
Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Am I
You
able
can
to follow the scent to a degree?
No, it's just there,
Just
and it's
faint.
on the road, but it's
Mhm.
it's faint. Yeah.
Okay.
You can catch flashes maybe of what reminds you of kind of
Oh, God.
coppery red feathers, and you will recall finding coppery red feathers in
Hell.
Kate's house that might have come
Oh.
from the flights of arrows.
Mm. Okay. Did anyone pick up any of those feathers?
Yeah.
I think we did.
Sam did, I think.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Okay. If we can get a long rest on the go in a bit or a short rest, I might be able to turn myself into a bloodhound. I don't actually mean a bloodhound. To be
Something
sure.
like that. Well,
You know what I mean?
but you're able to ride for the rest of the morning, and by the time you get back to the tree line, your thing is going to run out.
Yeah, it's only lasts an hour, so I imagine it would have ran out pretty.
Does it only
like,
last an hour?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
It's a few hours, isn't it? For wild shape, I'll check it.
Well,
1 hour. It's
It's
1 hour.
okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah. Is it half your cleric level, your druid level, or something like that? Did it last for?
You stand the beast.
Wild shape.
Druid level determines the beast that you can transform into.
Yeah. Number of hours equal to half your druid level rounded down. So yeah, it is 1 hour. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, no
So it's
problem.
1 hour now, and then obviously it gets
Yeah.
higher eventually.
Yeah, as it goes. Yeah. So at 4 it becomes 2 hours.
Mhm.
At 6 it becomes 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
No problem. Okay. Yeah. In which case, yeah, you're just out on the road for a little bit, but that's what you will smell on the road, and then you'll go back to
Yeah.
riding.
Just want to
Nope.
take advantage of it before it fucking disappears.
Yeah. So even early in the morning, you are able to get that sense of that, and then the sun comes down, and it will sit upon your shell. And
Okay.
you'll feel it. Gex, when you get to the tree line,
Yeah.
Do you want to roll a perception or a survival check to look for?
Survival. I'm still looking for tracks on the floor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so survival might be
Got
better
eyes
for that.
down. Ooh, lots.
Nice.
22.
Lots. Yeah, cool. Yeah, there are definitely people that almost as soon as you get to the tree line, there are people that have broken off from the trail.
Ooh.
There are regular spots where people are doing that with the 22.
But
You
they're,
can
they're
see
going
that
to
there
the
are.
moor, right?
So,
The people we're chasing, we're assuming, because they're losing.
probably they are heading up into Lursmore.
So we could still go through the city. What were you going to say?
By negotiating with Sam and possibly pointing out spots where things break, you might be able to see that actually if you were heading to one of the penciled in spots on Sam's map, this would be where you would leave the road.
A hideout. Well, I'll discuss that. But
Yes,
if
we will
that's
discuss
from the robbers map, then it does not pertain to the lizard folk, correct?
That was the robbers map.
One would assume.
From Wireman's map.
I mean,
How much of a detour would said hideout be?
It will. If you were to detour and go and check this place out, it would probably preclude your ability to get to Penvaden by night.
I think we could do with the rest. Don't want to attack a bandit camp and get shellacked.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless you really want to.
I'd rather push for Penvaden.
Yeah, eyes on the prize.
Continue.
Mark it on them.
Yeah.
Oh boys, mark it on the map, and we'll get him back. Come back to it at some point.
Yeah, I mean, we can assume that if it's on the robbers map, then it's their tracks, probably not the lizard folks' tracks.
Yes.
Right.
I could smell
Keep
something
going.
different on the road.
Yeah.
When I
What
was in
could
that
you smell?
pampa. I don't know. don't know exactly. But it wasn't human. It wasn't like you lot. Or like big green boy there. It was a bit more cold, a bit like me. And I can smell something similar on the little man over there as well.
Which way did this scent take you?
Up the
Point
road.
you.
It was only faint, but it was well up the road. If we can get some rest, I might be able to transform back into a beast and be able to see if we can find their trail again.
Well, I'm with that. I think if we
My
could,
accent is all over
Right
the
on.
fucking place.
we ride up. We hit this on the way back.
Sure.
Onwards, Jed.
Like-
Stop for horse's water in the river.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so you ride onwards into the woods, coming to the first crossing, and you're starting to see evidence of an actual logging industry on this edge of the woodland. And so by the time you get to the first river crossing, there's a decent, well-built wooden bridge. And then you get to this central little peninsula that the road crosses. You can see where the "you are here" is. And there are settlements here. There is, a hamlet here of people who, and lots of timber stacked up, ready to be moved by cart.
Keep going.
Oh,
And then,
is there any? Sorry, I've just realised. I have a prompt. Is there any particularly nice hardwood there?
yeah, quite a lot. So this is a deciduous. This is a deciduous forest with a good mixture of trees, and so you're able to see, amongst other things, you might be looking for elm, maybe something like that, but also chestnuts and walnut wood.
Being
Oh,
a
yeah.
druid, you could ask the druid to find you some fucking wood.
Is there, something that I could chop off and whittle down into a handle, sort of? You know what I want.
You could approach someone and ask them.
Is there not some I can just steal?
There is, so there are.
Sorry.
I'm confident that if you wanted to, you could steal some of this wood.
You want me to roll anything on that side?
Pitch me a roll. Talk to me about what you'd like to do.
Well, if there's just piles of logs, I'd like to look for something small enough that I could, take or potentially just quickly chop off with my saber. That is the size of a pistol grip, or slightly bigger than that, so I can boil it down.
There are like logs. There are trees that have been felled and stacked, and then there are piles of processed wood that might be the sort of thing that is sold for people's houses. And you can take something from there. There is nobody around. You are in the middle of the day.
Yoink.
Yeah.
Alright.
Easy peasy, huh?
Cool. Lump of wood. Take it over to roll anything for that.
No, it's fine. Yeah. Whether there are consequences or not remains to be seen.
Well, I'll take a casual look around before I pick it up.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, and you don't spot anybody around, to be honest.
This place is rather empty.
But you can hear movement. You can hear activity, and another half-mile down the road, you come to a second bridge, and this one is attended.
Okay.
Perhaps these fellows will have seen our quarry.
You guys seen any big lizards?
Fall in behind Gex.
There's an actual the guy doesn't look quite like a guard. It's just he's just a guy standing on the edge of the bridge. He's got a pike that he's leaning against, but he isn't armored in any way. He's just got a shirt on, like a tunic. How big we talking?
Man-sized.
Oh, but
Bunch of 'em.
Man-sized
Are
lizards.
they
huh?
man-sized?
Yes, they're
Okay, yeah,
lizard
yeah,
folk.
man-sized.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I don't know about them. Maybe.
What do you
Few
mean,
folks
maybe?
come through. Well, they come through. Lizard folk got a right to pass. What do you want with them?
Well, what would it take to jog your memory then?
Listen, I'm not here to play tourist information. If you want to
We're
know
no
what's what,
tourists. We're lawmen from Port Darwin. Port Marn.
both my, you're king's men riding the road.
Yeah, the Secret Service.
Let's see your seal, your badges then.
Ain't no Kingsman's come past this way in a long time. You know that.
Well, that's
We
why
work
I'm looking.
We'll work for the lords of the city. Here's our pass. And I'm going to show him the letter
Yep,
that I
sure. You've
got
got that.
given.
And he looks and says, Goss seal. Yep, sure. Yeah. Here on business or
Aye,
Fucking
business.
read.
well,
Manhunting.
man
Looking for a
hunt?
few lizard hunting, really.
Mm.
8 of them on horseback.
Well, you'll cause no trouble in Penvaden. They're not here. They did stop in to see Farracks, and then they left.
We got
Who?
no business in Penvaden then. Well, who's this Farrick's character?
Farracks at the Temple of Harvest, Forestry, Temple of Forestry.
I heard
He
you the
does.
first
He
time.
does
That is
say it
no
like that.
honesty.
He says
Yeah,
it
I
like
know.
that, as though it's not like
Defined.
yeah, or as almost as though people call it different things.
It's going to be like some naturistic temple, but he just refers to it as the woods.
Oh, it's the temple
What
of
do you
cutting fucking trees down.
Well, we've got a lead.
Fucking
I've got some
bastard.
wood.
Right, well, we'll be in to see Ferrix and we'll be off again. Thank you very much, sir.
Lizard men may have the right to travel the road, but they don't have the right to just fucking take people.
Don't spill all the beans, mate. Fucking hell.
You cross the bridge, and you're more or less immediately stepping into town. And there are residential areas, but you can hear commerce going on around you. The riverside is commercial. There are riverboats with timber being loaded on, with goods being loaded off. There is steam and smoke around the place. Not an awful lot, but some. There are smells of cooking and sounds of work and business being done here in Penvaden. There are also
Alright.
sounds of other businesses, other commerce. Some houses are larger than others. But
I'll
you can
dismount and lead my horse.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I'm going to turn to the gentleman and say, I will catch up with you with this Farrick bloke in temple.
Where are you off to?
I need to sort out some personal business.
Oh. What?
Alright then.
Mr. Mystery.
Don't take too long.
Shan't be long. Any idea where an alchemist would be?
Oh, I just fucking got here.
No idea.
Ask
Further
around.
into town, I presume.
There will be a town square ahead of you,
Do you need-
technically.
Do you need
Which will
any?
be-
Do you need company, or are you all right?
Big and small together, I see no problem with that.
All right, cool.
You-
Just in case, watch your back. You can watch mine. I'm
Yeah.
got a big fucking arrow hole in my shoulder.
What say we meet you gentlemen in an hour at the temple? I assume it's not an hour away yet, is it?
It's much less than an hour away.
Yeah.
Is the temple in town?
The temple is in town.
Can I?
Is
Well,
it?
we'll go
I-
to the temple and we'll meet you back here on the square.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, yeah, so as you're making your way, if you all make your way to the square together, then the temple is there and there are other businesses around.
Cool.
Yes.
You can
Meet you
make
back
out
here.
that it's a temple quite clearly, but for the sake of describing, this is a fairly large building that looks like it has been built in or around two large trees. They are native-looking, kind of deciduous trees, but they are larger, taller, thicker around the trunk than all of the others that you have seen recently. It has a large heavy-set door and a glass window above the door where the lintel should be from the square side.
I'd like to
Hey.
offload these warhammers somewhere. Just
Yeah, fine.
I can sell them for a few gold
It's what
You
I
can-
like to see.
or a couple.
You could find a smith.
Yeah.
Sam, you are walking around the square when from the window you're trying to make things out on different signs. The iconography is a little bit different than what you're used
Yes.
to.
There's
You know,
also Jed, as we're going around, I do want to be keeping an eye out for some sort of foodery establishment.
okay. Yeah,
Some,
and that is clearer. Places have seating outside because it's a bright day, and although there is shade here, you are among the woods.
As we're wandering looking for Jethro Smith, I will be making
Yeah.
a point of stopping and reading menus.
Yeah. But before you do anything like that, yeah, you can hear the clang and the bang of a hammer on an anvil and the smell of a forge, but another sound catches your ears from across the square of a crackle and pop and a flash within the windows,
Perfect.
and a familiar looking plume of black smoke creeps out of the door.
Well, this is me, Jethro.
What?
I need to go there.
What? Oh,
And pointed it.
I'll I don't know. Whatever. You going?
Yeah.
Is it
Start
private
wandering over
business?
No.
Sam, you look your eyes in the window of this place, and it is the window sill is lined with various different color bottles with powders and fluids inside them, bottles and jars and things like that.
Yes.
But the window itself is quite stained. It's quite smoked. You can't quite see past that.
Well, we should crack the door and not wander in.
Yeah. The bell rings. You head inside, and
I'll wait outside.
there's a large table at the far end. It's a fairly deep room, and there is a dwarf with a candle inside a glass caged lantern, leaning over a temple. Their hair looks singed,
Good day, sir.
and he looks up at you and he smiles. And where his skin moves on his face, you can tell which parts of his face are covered in soot and which ones are fresh and clean.
Brilliant.
And he said, "Pleasure to have you in here. You've timed this well. I think it's safe. Damn fine stuff. Damn funny stuff.
What have we doing
well,
here?
I'm just experimenting, as it happens." And he picks up the lantern and shakes it and points down at the table. "Come and see this this serpentine, they're calling it, down from the mountains. Can't
Sounds
quite
mighty
figure out what
interesting.
to do with the stuff, but looks fun, colourful, you know." And he pokes
Yep.
out a little bit more, and he pokes out a little bit more onto onto a tabletop, and there are already like burnt sections of this countertop. And he takes a small, just a splinter of wood, almost like a toothpick, opens the crack on his lantern, and he's sitting his lantern on the countertop next to the pile of black powder. Reaches the match into it, lights it, and drops it
Hang
onto
on.
the.
Before he drops it, is this
Yeah.
a decidedly unsafe amount of black powder? I would know
It's a thimbleful. It's not loads and
Oh, okay.
loads, but it's going to go
Yeah.
bang. It's also not contained in any particular way. He's just made a small pile.
I'm going to let him carry on and plead innocence to what he's doing.
Yeah. And he shows you, and it goes bang. I will get you to make me a con save.
Oh, great, thanks.
For
You're not going to
years.
take any damage, but yeah,
Oh, 17.
17's
On
fine.
the nose.
You know what you're after for this, but if you at the right moment grit your teeth and close your eyes and prepare your ears. Your ears still ring a little bit, but you're not gonna go deaf or lose a filling.
Yep.
Because you know
Oh.
exactly what's going to happen as he drops the match onto the stuff.
Then I will let a small smirk out.
This dwarf, on the other hand, stands back and is reeling and blinking and shakes his head, and then that smile returns, that beaming smile. It's not quite a laugh, but it's a smile of bafflement. I say, wow, why on earth would anybody want powder that goes bang? You could scare a dog away at night with it, I suppose.
One would wonder if you got enough of it together, if it might be able to do some damage of some sort. Think of the applications in your noble trade of mining.
Noble trade of mining. Oh, yes, of course, that's what we'll do, is we will scream at the rocks until they fall apart. We will scare them. Frighten them, perhaps.
Yes, my good sir.
Goodness me.
Perhaps you were right.
Well, you've clearly come in here to see the sights, I suppose, but I don't suppose I can interest you in some ointments, some oils, some tinctures, some gauzes, some applications, some alchemy or apothecary, some extracts, some elixirs, and the like.
My good man, how much for a quarter keg of what you've just lit on the table?
A quarter keg? Woof. Goodness me, I've barely so much of the stuff myself. And he looks and he counts at his fingers, but it was sent down to me by a cousin. I could let that go for 6 gold pieces. I don't know. I don't have much interest in it. Novelty.
My good sir, here is 10. And
Oh.
if I could be so bold as to ask your cousin's whereabouts, is he a miner? Is this an offshoot of mining or something?
Oh,
You said from the mountains.
No, he's in a similar trade. Deals in powders and combinations up in the old land, up in Mazenal.
Was that Jed?
Mazenal? Yeah, Mazenal.
Yeah,
yeah, yonder.
Mazenal, yeah.
Yeah. You'll see it on the map towards the west,
Cool.
the Beacon Hills.
I'll take note of
Yeah.
that. What was your cousin's name? I may pay him a visit.
His name's Fustrick.
Fustrick, lovely.
Fustrick Broadaxe.
Broadaxe.
Fustrick Broadaxe.
Brilliant name. I take it you're a Broadaxe as well, then.
I am. My name is Jochen Broadaxe.
Brilliant. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Mine is Titus. Potentially, I may be back again if you happen to come across any more of this.
Really? Oh, very well. Well, had I known that it was in any kind of demand, perhaps I would have actually requested some, rather than having it bundled in with the actual interesting things, the acids and the alchemist's fire and the elixirs and the like. We don't get an awful lot of precious metals down here in the woods, but it's they like the oils and the whetstones and things here. You know how it is.
Yes, quite. Town of the forest, I see.
Yeah. Not a bad sort. They work hard.
I can believe it. Anyway, my good chap, thank you for your business.
Well, pleasant transaction.
Yes. Goodbye, and I will leave.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
How much did I actually get?
Well, you a small barrel, but
I said a quarter keg because a keg has a price.
Okay.
That was the only reason I said it, other than the thing. We didn't know whether or not he'd looked it up.
I have not.
If the guy doesn't know any use for the stuff, he's not going to know it's valid.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I just thought I would. Jed.
Yeah.
That's a lot of snuff.
It's 250 gold pieces for a keg of powder. You've bought a quarter of that for 10. But yeah, honestly, I'm not going to make you count that for shots for some time. He's given
Yeah,
he gives you a small barrel that's maybe the size of your head.
And Jeffro will see me leaving with a beaming smile.
I say, yeah,
barrel.
that's a lot of snuff.
Just you wait. I'll blow your mind later.
All right, calm down, bloody hell. I'm going to sell these warhammers.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll follow him.
I'll just
Yeah.
whatever I can get from them. I don't really care. Just
Yeah.
offload them to a smith.
You're able to find a smith. And do you want to play it out, or do you just want to?
Don't bother.
Okay.
I'm just getting rid of them.
Yeah, no problem. They'll offer you 7 gold pieces each.
Each? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. Yes, that's 14 for the pair.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To the shopkeep and to the Jed.
Fine.
I
Yeah.
have money.
Yeah. That's great. And you'll see him looking them down, looking up and down, and then writing. He'll write 15 on a tag for each of them.
Cool.
And lay them out on his rack. Not even polishing them or anything like that.
It's a fucking hammer. You don't need to tie it up. Oh yeah, I'll delete those.
Yeah. Sell them again and again and again. Infinite money glitch.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Enough with that.
So you are walking around, Sammy. You said you were looking at menus. Are you interested in getting some lunch, maybe? Or it'll be dinner time before too long. It's getting in for afternoon.
Yeah, I'll just poke my head around some of them as we wander.
Yeah, I'll buy yours. This one's on Brook.
I'm looking for a particular dish, Jethro. It's quite a customary favourite of the East.
Oh, fancy stuff. Think about it yourself.
Tell me if you see any duck soup. I'd like to see how they cook it over here.
I'll keep an eye out for duck soup.
Yeah. And yeah, you're able to find a couple of places. This is a woodland town, so places offering games. So you're able to see venison, you're able to see chickens and pork and kind of farmed animals like that. But yeah, you can see roast duck, but also duck soup on the menu for 2 places. One of which looks more like an inn, and the other one is a kind of it has a lot of, again, I guess the equivalent word would be something like a deli. It has a lot of finer foods, maybe imported stuff. This place isn't particularly busy, and it certainly isn't busy with the working folks that you can see around you that are wearing clothes with dust on them and things like that. Although there are 1 or 2 other people in finer clothes inside.
That'll be the one.
It is called Vaden Finitude.
Ooh.
Is what the sign reads.
Bit bloody poncy. All right, I'll pick us up a duck soup and a roast duck for myself.
Yes, I'll order the soup. Yes.
And the waiter comes to you and they look at you briefly, Sam, and certainly so in the traditional style with the additional napkin.
Yes, please. That would be great. A soft one, if you could.
Very well, sir. And they there's a little bit of a smile. They're pleased to be serving it in the traditional way. And they come back and Gex, you have roast duck with potatoes.
Sure.
And just some vegetables. Sam, you have duck soup with, as requested, a small spoon and an extra soft napkin.
Brilliant. I'll dig into my soup, and presumably Gax will be digging into his roast thing, and
I'll pay the man.
I'll leave a message on the napkin for the chef.
Okay. Brilliant. Gex, it'll be 4 silver pieces.
Seems reasonable.
I'll
make it 5.
Okay.
And, can I get like I don't know, warm sake equivalent?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there is. There are wines and beers and local ciders and yeah, interesting. If you want to ask for kind of interesting spirits, there are things that have come in via the sea and up the river
Yeah,
from
I'll
overseas.
get some kind of
Varying places.
Eastern wine and share it with the meal with young Titus.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. And let's see, and then I will come to Sam. The soup is fine. The wine is not very good. It's probably been in the bottle for too long.
Yes, no worries. I shan't
Gex,
drink any.
the duck for you is again fine. You don't know enough about the wine, and it seems to be working the moment you take your first sip,
Yeah.
in the sense that it hurts your teeth.
Cool.
Okay. Right, Gav and Vic, you are heading towards the Forester's Temple.
Hmm?
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, going to tie up the horses and head in.
And brilliant. And it is, as I've said to you, it is a tall building built in or around two tall trees. But you can push on the door and it opens into a softly lit room. Brighter maybe than the amount of daylight coming in would suggest, but it feels quite soft on your eyes, and everything in here is a kind of dark, rich wood. There are pews, and even to your immediate eye, Gav, you've had an eye for quality, and the workmanship, the craftsmanship on this is exquisite. It's really nicely done. The wood might be steam bent and shaped that way. You've seen that done with artificers or with skilled craftsmen.
Ship makers, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. For example, and it reminds you of that, the shaping of the benches and the furnishings in here. Vic, the smell of the place is quite nice. Your eye is caught on some moss growing on the outside of it all, and you walk in, and what? Sorry, brain's going dead here.
I'd imagine my bloke
Yeah,
would be in quite a little bit of like
yeah,
little smile on his face from the fact there's
yeah.
two big trees, you know, in the center of the thing. Being a druid.
Read that later, Jed.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
distracts you.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, I'll stroll up, and being somewhat educated in religion, and I'm assuming shipbuilding, the industry of Port Marne is centered around fishing and things like that. I'll probably have some knowledge of this god or this practice of religion, this arm of the nature
Yeah, a
religion.
little, yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I'll make
So
whatever gesture is appropriate and
Yeah.
take a seat.
Yeah. There is, at the far end from the door, there is a fairly old looking elf. And he's old looking for an elf. He's got a degree of greyness and a degree of hollowness to him. He's at least
Bloody
a
hell.
couple of 100 years old. But you might surmise, given the name, that this might well be Farrax.
Farrax. Well, I'll have a moment and I'll sit there and I'll try catch him at an appropriate time. You know what I mean? I won't just sit down and blurt out. I'll wait a moment or two in prayer. Genuine prayer, because I'm a religious man. And I will pray for the souls that have departed this day. And I will make sure they will send messages to the equivalent of the ferryman to make sure they see their rightful home. And I will say, Mr. Ferrix, is it?
And the elf looks over and he goes, I am Farrax, yes.
My name is Obadiah Black. I come from
Black.
Porthmarn.
Oh? Black. I'm not familiar with the name, although it has a certain connotation.
Well, I cannot claim any responsibility or ownership of my ancestors' past. However, I am in the employ of a certain Lord Goss, who no doubt you have heard of.
Oh, John Goss I've met, and his father, and his father.
Well, what brings me here is the health and well-being of his daughter. I was her tutor for many years, and she has been taken from town by a group of lizard folk.
His face peels back a little bit at that. Possibly his actual surprise there, yeah.
It would seem that they came through Penvaden recently. A group of 8, possibly on horseback, possibly with a captive. We assume they're heading for the moors to the north, but we're not sure. A simple guard on the outside of town said that they had come to see you. And, as unlikely as that sounds, I felt it prudent to follow up any lead we had.
His face is still for a second, and he nods a little bit. So, in truth, not many come through Penvaden that don't come to see me. There's little other reason to come here. They either come to see me, or they come to see Morris. I'll tell you what.
Do I know who Morris is?
Morvis? No, you don't. Movis is the name I've got here. Movis, you haven't heard of Movis yet. But he's nodding to himself, and it's true. These ones came to see me. I'll tell you what, Mr. Black. You find out a little something for me, and I'll tell you what you know.
You tell me what I know?
I'll tell you what I know.
Sounds intriguing.
What you want to know.
What can I help you with then, Mr.
Well,
Fox?
as I said, folks, when they're coming to Penvaden, they either come to see me, or they go to see Movis. I think of late, more people have been going to Movis's house than my own. You see, even the locals, they've stopped coming in so much. I see people, I used to see people, generation in, generation out, week in, week out, day in, day out. They'd come by, they'd put their hands upon the trees here, say a little prayer as you've done, and then go about their day. And that's gotten less and less and less this year. This year of no other. But Movis's business, well, that's doing better and better and better.
What business is this Movis in?
Well, if you were to ask him, he owns the yard that loads the timber onto the ships. It's legitimate enough, and I've no him. But I think it
Tell me, you can
started
trust
that
me.
his staff stopped coming. And then I stopped seeing them in the streets. And then after a little while, I'd see them again, and they would avoid my eyes. They wouldn't look upon me. And then it was Movis's neighbours, and then a few other folks, and then a few other folks. They would disappear for days. And then they were not like they were before. Now, let me say that the balance here is fine. And if I play a hand that is not ready for it, if I bluff too strongly, things could go very badly here in Penvaden. You, on the other hand, are to use the analogy, a wild card. A new one on the board. If you and your friend here, Mr. Black, and your traveling companion behind you were to find out what the allure of Movis's home is, I'd be glad to give you a bit of information. More than a bit.
Well, if our luck's anything to
Gambling
go by,
den?
one of
Sorry.
our friends might end up burning the place down.
He'll give you a stern little look and say, "No, I'd
He's
rather not
accident
that.
prone as hell. No, not on purpose. He's
I'm
just
not
a
as-
clumsy sort.
I'll just hold up my hand, and shake my head a little. Of course we can. We'll take a look at this Movis and his business. But we are on a tight schedule. This child's life may be in danger.
Hmm.
It could be a curious soul snuffed out for whatever you perceive here to be going on. And it's like you say, things are fine, but the way I see it, this community is about the wood, about the forest. And the people here make their business, killing it, chopping it down. And at the same time, the temple that is here to represent it is left empty. You might be at a tipping point, Mr. Farrix.
Truly,
We'll do what we can.
at my best, I would strike the balance. As the forest gives, we give to it and help it grow in health. I
And
fear
how
here
has that been in the last few years?
the last few years it has been healthy. This year, well, as I say, Movis's business has grown. The balance has been, I fear, upset.
Balance is shifting. As we came through the woods, it looked terrible.
Mm. And he nods there more at you then.
Jed, is there any fucking cosmic signs? Is this year due to be a bad one by all kind of arcane knowledge? Is there portents over the land or any nonsense like that?
You can make me an Arcana check. You know for certain that the war over the last few years has been going on, and I've talked to you about the what have I talked to you? I've talked to you about the kind of slow decay of infrastructure over the last few years of law and order to the south, but it's
That's
we're
it from a pretty geopolitical point of view.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, that was a 17 on Arcana.
17 on the Arcana check. Honestly, you're not aware of anything.
Okay.
It's the sort of thing that, I mean, I don't imagine that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't imagine that you consort with a lot of other wizards, and so you're not one for gossip and rumors, right?
No.
But in terms of
study
the throwing of the stones and the reading of the heavens and things like that, no, nothing has come to your mind.
Okay. No, that's fine. I'll just nod to Barracks then, and unless Torek has anything else to say, I'll be taking my leave. We'll take a look at this Movis guy.
Really?
I'll look at Torek, yeah.
The balance is definitely out of whack here. So whack. Fucking accent.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see much wrong with the forest, but you're the experts, Torek.
I live with the forest. I grew in the forest. And that is not a healthy forest. There wasn't much new growth where the old growth has been cut back, and that's half the point of cutting it back.
Well, maybe this Movis character needs a few new recruits. Maybe we can have a snoop around. There's probably not much point in asking about him amongst the townsfolk if he's had his way. So we might have to come up with some other means. And at that, Mortimer, my cat, will kind of jump up onto my leg, and I'll just kind of stroke its head.
Yeah.
Well,
Gex and Gex and Sam, you have been eating. You are eating currently.
Yep.
Mhm.
The waiter comes and checks that everything is well with you. You know that you know, but that everything's okay. But things go all
We
right.
should kill
And
this man.
are you sat in a way that you can see across the square, perhaps to the temple?
Yes, why not?
Yeah. So in which case you will see Obadiah Black and Torok step out into the square from where you are eating.
Hmm.
Okay, finish
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, wander over. Gentlemen.
Feel we should rest up and then go and see what is going on at this place.
Yes.
Is there
I
anything
will-
I can grab off the menu quickly to get the boys?
Yeah, there are like nice buns and cakes.
Yeah.
Like
How much
you
do you
can
want for a
get
couple of them?
a silver each. No, not even a silver each. You can get something savory and something sweet for a silver each,
Yeah, okay.
which means 2 silver for 2 people's worth of food.
Yeah. I'll grab a couple of them and bring them with me.
Well, I'll thank Titus. We'll take if there's a bench in the square or
Yeah.
somewhere, a wall to lean against. I'll sit down and I'll explain my take on talking to this Farrick's character.
Yes, please do.
He's obviously well, a holy man losing his fight, losing his cause.
Hmm.
He did admit these lizard folk came to talk to him.
Well, carry on, actually. I'll let you finish first.
But he asked us a favor before he tells us why.
Hmm.
It seems that the people of Penvaden have been drawn towards a different light. There's a man in town who Farrick's claims is the only other draw to this village. A lumber yard captain named Movis, who has slowly pulled the populace of this place away from this temple and towards his own house. To what end and to why, I don't know. But they've been avoiding this place ever since. And according to Torak here, the forest has been suffering. Farrick said it's been all happening this last year. Significance of which doesn't mean much to me, but it might be worth poking around unless you want to deal with it a more violent way, which I don't think is a good idea.
Hmm.
Aggression is wise. And they should
Aggression's
know
only
better than
wise
this.
when you have a significant force. We're in an unknown land against an unknown number of assailants.
That's why
He's getting in for evening with you now. The
I said discretion, Gav. Sorry.
Oh,
You said there was-
discretion. Sorry,
yeah,
I
it
thought you
sounded
said
like
aggression.
Yeah, I thought I
Yeah,
heard that too.
discretion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think maybe we stay
Get
under
that in.
at some inn and we say we're travelers or we're heading north up to Maravale or wherever, and we give them no reason to think otherwise until the morrow. And then we kind of stick our noses about.
Probably don't kill anybody. That'd be good.
We'll kill just anybody.
No.
Scum and
As long as you don't go
criminals.
pushing people off the roof, we should be all fine.
Agreed.
Hey, it was up to no good, alright. Give it a rest. Pulled a knife on me. Well, tried to, but I'm too fast.
So, this Ferric chap, he seems a good sort altogether. The trees say, the druids have left me messages. And they say this man is not a bad man.
Huh.
Say he's a fickle man, but he is still good in his heart.
Well, I've read that's the way of the Fae folk.
That's the way of all folk.
Sounds mumbo jumbo to me.
Fickleness.
Not all folk, Turek. Not
All
all
folk are
folk.
fickle.
There are, Jethro. Did your master not teach you ways of the East that you cannot take without giving back.
Huh. He did say that.
That is what these people are alluding to.
Interesting. What?
I'm for helping him.
Well, let's find an inn.
And
Let's
if it
find
turns
some.
violent, it turns violent.
Well, he know.
I'll
He,
make some
he
sort
said
of
he.
holy sign to
He
bless
said he
myself.
knows the Goss fella, and we're working for him, so it's not a bad sign.
Yeah. The inn in
He
the
knows
square.
all.
Yep.
Sorry. No, go on.
The inn in the square is just called the Saw Wheel. In fact,
Sorry.
there's
You'll have to say that again.
the inn in the square is just called the Saw Wheel.
Cool.
And has a picture of a water-powered circular saw emblazoned on the sign.
See, this entire town's whole thing is about killing the forest.
Yeah, I do like that
Oh,
wood.
it's about balance with the forests. Weren't you listening to Farrix?
Some of it is. But at
He
the
said
minute,
in-
it's gone one way. It's
Yeah.
swinging too far.
Right,
No
well,
balance.
Gonna murder everyone for killing trees.
Yep.
I'm gonna tie up our horses outside the sawmill.
Yep.
Or hand them to a stable boy, whatever's there, and we'll stroll in.
Oh, my eyes are on fire.
That's fine. And I'm not going to, direct speech or the full interaction of being in the inn.
He's not
It's
gonna
a-
make. You're not gonna make any more NPCs in an inn for this session.
No, because we know what happens when we get attached to those. Although, if you'd like to kill this person, just tell me.
Nope.
No, fine. But yeah, it's a bog standard inn, and they'll ask, what can we do for you? Are you looking for food? Are you looking for rooms? Are you looking for
Sleep, bed and breakfast.
Yep, great. Okay. Yeah, breakfast is served from dawn through midday. If you're here later than midday, we charge an extra day, and we will refuse to let your horses go. We're pretty good at that.
Sounds reasonable. How much for a room for the four of us, or
For the
four rooms for all of us, or however this works?
We do 2 beds per room. And he looks almost as though he's plucking the idea, like the
of
number
his
out
head,
of his
yeah.
head. Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of blowing out of his lips. But he's looking
Okay, I'm
you
going
up
to
and
use
down.
telepathy,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
and I'm just going to say 5 silver a night.
The idea comes to his head. 5 silver for all of you?
Well, that's
Yeah.
a bit expensive, and I'll drop 1 gold coin from the stolen pouch on the counter.
He picks up the gold coin, looks at it, puts it down behind the counter, and he'll go and grab 2 keys. We don't include drinks with this.
I'll put down another gold coin. That'll be for the drinks.
And he'll take the gold coin and slide it behind the thing. And this guy's got a funny kind of look on his eyes, but yeah, he'll take that, and he keeps a look on you. Puts the 2 keys on the table. It's all right, sirs. Well, those ones are upstairs, and these keys are numbered. You can see that.
Right, well, I'll hand 1 key to Jethro, looking towards Jethro and Titus as kind of one room.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then myself and Torak as the other. And I'll hand the key to Torak, in fact.
The place is fairly busy, and a lot of the people there are probably working locals, although there are travellers as well. There weren't many horses tied out front, but there are a couple.
Any
And,
red and
could
gold
you see to our
garb?
horses? They're out front.
Those are included in the rooms. Which
Yeah,
ones
just
are
make sure he
yours?
takes care of them. The 4 tied up to the left post.
Yeah, and he can point them out. Yeah. Okay. Here. He jots down something on a piece of paper and doesn't look up at you again.
I can I look around to check if anyone's got any fucking red and gold livery.
Yes, but I'll tell you free of charge that they don't at this point.
Cracking.
That there's no, people are wearing leathers, and I think if people were, to say that nobody's armed would be, patently untrue. But people aren't so heavily armed that they're likely to be there for a fight or for doing crimes.
Yeah.
Working folk.
Yeah.
Working clothes.
Yeah, there are travelers, and they are armed. You can tell that from the mud on their boots is different than the workers. The leather of their trousers is different from the workers. But again, people seem to be tired. People seem to be eager to eat.
We came in here kind of halfway through the day, wasn't it?
It's getting in for early evening now.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, how about we keep our ears pricked and see what we can hear tonight in the inn? We
So
buy a
it was-
few drinks to a few people and see what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of late afternoon by the time you got to town.
I'll post up, by the fire or whatever in the inn, and pull out my piece of wood and begin whittling.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll anything for that.
And I, you go.
No, I was just going to say, break out the pipe, get a few drinks for us lot, and kind of be chatty with the people around us.
Yeah.
I'm a fairly sociable type, so I'm happy to regale people of, bullshit tales of daring do, or just the stories from Porthmarn, or whatever.
People are happy to have someone new to talk to. They want to tell stories about the biggest tree they ever felled, or I've had fellas up from Porthmarn come up on the riverboats. They tell me that the fish are nice there, and ask you about things. Or
Well, the fish are nice, but what you really need to do is get some of these big 40-foot logs down to Porthmarn. The ships we could be making down there, they'd fetch a pretty penny.
well, I'll go down to
put that-
Aberfadden. I mean, the shipyard's down in Aberfadden.
Yeah. That's the easy road. But now that the bandits have been cleared off the southern road, all you have to do is get a few carts of decent logs down there. You'd be making a pretty penny.
Bandits cleared off the southern road. Don't make me laugh.
Well,
They won't clear them out of there. They're all in the pockets of the nobles anyway.
Not all nobles, sir. We're here on behalf of House Goss, and we've cleared off half a dozen, maybe 10 of them before we got here. Now, sure, it might not be them all, but
And
profit without risk.
there's a chuckling, and these guys are looking at each other because they're not sure whether you're full of shit or not. But they move on the talk and say, all right, maybe we can talk to the boss about getting some stuff down to Porthmarn. I mean, it'd have to go out down the river to Vaden anyway. We can't put these things on the roads, can we? We need about 8 horses to move in that sort of direction.
But if you send them to Port or to Aberfadden, you'd be paying taxes and you'd be paying shipping fare down. It might be worth it while.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what? The army put their tithe on everything, and you're probably right with that.
The army, me arse. That's fucking Baron Claxton. Hey, I'm thirsty. Who wants a drink?
Yeah.
And what I'll do is, how much gold have I just spent? I have no idea.
You just put 2 into the bar. You've just put 2 into
the bar.
Into the tavern with your rooms, and then
gold icon at some point on my character sheet. Where is he?
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll drop another good call. I'll drop another gold on like beers for these people.
Yeah,
which should hopefully be a couple of drinks over the course of the night.
Yeah, several. Yeah. Oh, you're a good chap, you are. Yeah, okay. Well,
I'm going to ask for some boiled water.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. There's a kind of funny look, and then Do you want it still boiling or just boiled and then cooled?
Boiled and continuing to be hot, preferably.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Fine. Yeah.
That one doesn't drink.
I'll have a few. I'll have a few jars. Maybe challenge someone to an arm wrestle kind of thing. A bit jovial.
Obadiah's comment was, don't drink any of this, it's not refined enough.
There are not many, but there are a couple of the lumbermen who fancy themselves being able to arm wrestle with a half orc.
Alright.
And others are egging each other on for it. And you can give me an athletics test if you want to make some fun of it. Are you know, yeah. The first couple just seem to be for the crack.
Hang on, I'm going to drop some cash on this if it's
Okay.
the big guy. If it's the big
So-
guy in the group, I'm going to... Yeah, cool, pick it up. So
Yeah.
if it's the big guy in the group, I'm going to
Right,
drop
I won't
5
count that roll
silver
then.
on
Yeah.
the big guy on the group. You know what I mean? But only the biggest guy.
Okay.
Otherwise
So
it
yeah,
would
so,
seem
so,
a
so a
bit-
couple do, but you're able to kind of. Oh, what the fuck, Jed?
I'm giving you a roll. Have a roll.
Yeah.
I'll sort it out.
Ooh,
Jesse,
14. Not so great.
This is the one that you're betting 5. So are you betting 5 silver for Gex to win?
No, I'm betting 5 silver, so I'm
Yeah.
giving the silver to the other guy.
Okay. Yeah.
He wins.
Yeah. And he hooks it, and I just got my 200 hours of tabletop simulator achievement. That's good.
Woo! Whoa, strong one, you. I got
Yeah,
shot.
yeah.
You're lucky I got shot by an arrow in that shoulder this morning.
And this guy's grinning. Says, that, my friend, is 20 years on the saw.
Ooh, bloody
And
hell.
that has been his excuse for the last 3 days.
I've been shot every single fucking time. I've been in a fight.
Well, can
Well-
everybody please stop getting shot?
Yeah. I will.
Leave shooting people up to me in the future.
I will also tonight reflect upon how I got slinged to within an inch of my life in the first fight, and then shot in the subsequent 2 fights. And I've seen Torik's Thorn Whip in action, so I am going to tie a length of rope to my dart, if you'll allow me.
Yeah, sure.
To,
Well, yeah, absolutely. What we'll do, we will begin the long rest, but I will also put you all up to 3rd level at this point.
okay.
Very nice.
And I will make that my dedicated weapon, so
Yeah.
it uses my monk dice.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Level 3.
one attack a turn is what we agreed.
Long rest, level 3.
Gunslinger. Trick shots. What are we going to get?
3d8 for health, is it? Okay.
3d8 for health?
That's what it says for me. Well, no, it's hit.
No,
sorry.
yeah. So
Yeah,
you've got 3d8 hit dice, but
Yeah.
you roll a d8 and add your Constitution modifier. So
D8.
when you are adding the manual hit points, just roll a d8 and put that extra amount in on top of your manual hit points.
Hey, 6, not bad.
So that's 6 on top of what was that again? Sorry.
Just on. So what have you got at the minute? That's
So I just rolled a 6.
Oh god, Gab's ringing me again.
you rolled a 6. Add 6 onto your hit dice, and it should add your
Sorry.
You alright?
Yep.
Yeah. Add a 6 onto your hit points on thing, and it should add the con modifier automatically.
$31.
And long rest.
Right.
Sorry guys,
Beautiful.
I was AFK there for a second. What just happened?
We are long resting and we're
Leveling
leveling up. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I have made my weapon by tying a rope to my dart.
Jed, I'm going to take the 6.
Yeah, cool. Sam, for some good, nice character moments, I'm going to give you an inspiration token because you've achieved some personal goals today, including some things.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Very good.
Gex for some good investigation and interrogation. I'm going to award you inspiration.
Thank you.
You didn't just give him inspiration for killing a child, did you?
For everything up to the moon.
Pretty much.
He fucking drew down on me. Come on.
Absolutely.
You-
Vic, for good
you
instincts of
instant-
trying to save that child's life, I'm going to award you inspiration.
Poor
And also for
execution.
having,
The
Yeah.
only thing I was going to try and save his life for was to bribe his mother into giving us as much information as I could.
but you're also doing some good role playing for druidic stuff later on in the session, so I'm happy to award that. And Gav, equally, you've unearthed some good clues and asked some good questions, so I'm going to award you inspiration there as well.
Thank you.
That may seem that I've just come up with a corny excuse to give them all out, but that I assure you could
What
not be
does
further from the
inspiration
case.
do? I've completely forgotten.
You can use it to re-roll a d20 at any point. You can give it to a party member. So basically, if you fluff a roll, or if someone else fluffs a roll and they don't have inspiration,
Fuck
you can
me.
use it.
31. How do you have 31, Vic?
Because I had like fucking 22 last time, didn't I?
You had
You
like
each
you
can't.
you rolled max on
my-
your first roll, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, my constitution is like fucking.
How do you get a
what is it?
D10 for a druid?
Get a d8.
D8.
That might change things.
But he's rolled 6. So if you rolled 16 for the first two,
Yeah.
plus what's your con modifier?
3.
Plus 3.
So that's
so
22.
22
Yeah,
for the
wow.
first
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
so he's
you
right.
sure? Yeah,
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah. we worked that out last
It's a
time. didn't we?
fucking
Yeah.
druid tank over it.
I've
Well, yeah,
got
you're a
13
total.
hit
With
points.
natural 17 armor.
Yeah, Sam. Actually, Sam, you still appear to have temporary hit points. You might want to get rid of those as well.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I now have free disengage when I use flurry of blows, which is quite nice.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
unlock any thingies, I just got a spell slot.
I probably have less hit points than Gav now, don't I?
Yes.
Making the term glass cannon more and more literal all the time.
Yeah. Well, now I have a cannon.
Yes. Ho ho ho.
I'm level 3, so I should have a total of 10 spells.
Yeah, sounds right. Again, I'm happy for you to learn the two. I know I haven't given you opportunities to learn any others, but up to this point, I mean, we're 2 sessions in, and up to this point, you've
Let's prepare that. Yes. Yes. that
Okay,
would-
yeah, so I added 2. I learned darkness and then suggestion,
right. Cool.
which I think are in line.
Yeah.
Yes, they are very. I
Okay.
learnt the trick shots of disarming shot, so I can shoot things out of people's hands, and violent shot that allows me to add another damage dice to my hit,
Beautiful.
which, if it hits, is 2d12s.
Fucking hell. Really is a glass cannon.
Single target damage. That's
Yeah.
my class. That's all it does.
Yeah.
And then long rest. Yeah, so I have 16 hit points at the moment.
Mm.
That's mostly because of my +2 con.
Jesus.
Adding 6 at 3rd level.
You got, I can't believe how tanky Vic is.
Can
That's
pop into my
great.
shell to give me
And he's got
advantage on
17 AC.
constitution.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
when we
he's
were
got
like
more
6th
AC,
level paladin.
10 more health than me.
When I was a 6th level paladin, I think I only had like 50, and he's nearly caught up.
Yeah. It's great.
A fucking beast.
Yeah, it's the fucking it's the offset is shit rolls.
yeah.
HP for
I did-
days.
I did roll 1 HP on my 2nd level, so
Mm.
And I've
That's where
just
I'm fucked.
taken the spell Summon Beast
Oh, nice.
as well.
Great. Excellent.
Oh, is it Summon Beast? Yeah. Yeah, Summon Beast. My first level 2, 2nd level spell. Boom. I can do 2 2nd level spells and 4 first levels now.
Mm.
there's one thing of my class, Jed, that I need to tell you about.
Okay.
Is I regain one of my grit points on a 20,
Okay.
or dealing a critical Draining a killing blow to a significant threat. DM's
Okay.
discretion.
So I'll tell you what's a significant threat, and you get a grit point back.
Well, just if I've killed something that's significant, and you just you get a grit point.
At this point, almost everything is, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes, I know what you mean.
The other thing, Jed, is I got cantrip formulas, and from my reading of it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, that's
No.
fine. Yeah.
I just have to learn more cantrips, and then I can move them around.
Yeah. Cantrip formulas. I don't
Oh,
know
so
that one.
so you can just change your cantrips when you do a long rest.
Yes, I think
That's really
so.
cool.
But
Can you
at the
do it?
moment,
Yeah.
I only know 3 cantrips, so I'll have to learn more. But then I can interchange them.
It says
Yeah.
you can replace one wizard cantrip you know with another one from the wizard spell list.
That you know.
You know, yeah, you have to. Yeah, it's the thing. You have to know him as a fucking
But
wizard.
cantrips aren't prepared.
You
so
have scribed a set in your spell book that you can use to formulate a cantrip.
Oh, from the wizard
You
spell list.
Yeah, it says you
Yeah.
can
So-
replace
so
one
I just
cantrip
know-
you know with another cantrip. Doesn't say that you
So
know.
I now know all cantrips. Is that the correct way of
The
reading that?
implication.
Yeah, well, cantrips are. It's an optional wizard feature. Is it from Tasha's? Yeah. Yeah. Fine. Yeah.
Makes sense.
You have scribed a set of arcane formulas in your spellbook that you can use to formulate a cantrip in your mind. Whenever you finish a long rest and consult those formulas, you can replace one wizard cantrip you know with another from the wizard spells. Yes, you can just change what cantrips you know. At any long rest. Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that.
Okay. It won't let me actually learn them in the D&D tools.
You would
but
probably need to unlearn them. Unlearn one, yeah, to learn another.
I'll keep that in mind. Cool. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I mean, because otherwise it's a question if you come to me and say, "Oh, Jed, I've taken this cantrip, but I've never actually used it. Can I change it?" In which case, I'm going to say yeah, or something like that, right? Or going, "Oh, yeah, I learned Firebolt, but actually it's a bit shit. Can I change it for Mage Hand?" Yeah, yeah, it's fun. Cantrips are simple enough that, in the exact same way that if Sam said, "You know what, I don't want to use a bow anymore. Can I go and buy a sword?" Yeah.
So
I don't see
you
any
study
major
in your
difference there.
first year at Magic University is
Yeah,
cantrips.
They're the type of things, you should.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense to me.
The other way to think about cantrips is they're almost like house magic. Like if you were a fucking 65-year-old
that.
housewarden and you didn't know a spell for starting a fire, that some people will just learn domestic magic, right? And little bits of things that they can pluck a little bit out of the weave to get their fire to light a bit easier, or to flavour their stew a bit better, or
I don't know if I'll be using summoning beast. I need a fucking 200 golds worth gilded acorn to use.
where's that summon beast? Let me check it. Does it consume the spell?
Don't know if it consumes the spell, but it has like you need ingredients to.
Yeah, I'm getting it. If it doesn't consume it, then I'm happy to write it off. If it consumes it, then
I need a
component.
snake's tongue, or a
Yeah.
bit of honeycomb, or a bit of sweet oil.
yeah.
Slightly cheaper.
A feather, tuft of fur, and a fish tail inside a gilded acorn worth at least 200 gold pieces. No, don't worry about that. You have a component pouch, or
Yeah,
whatever.
Is this
So
the type
no.
of thing, though, you'd pick up as you go along? As in,
Yeah. You as a druid
So-
might already own that thing, especially,
Yeah.
given,
So it doesn't
the
say
way
it consumes it. Then you just need.
it doesn't
the...
say that it consumes it. So if you really, really want, you can go out and fucking find a jeweler and steal a gilded acorn. But honestly, I can just say, no, look, you've got an arcane focus, or you've
Cool.
got a component pouch, so you've got that.
I think it only comes into play later on when, like the resurrection spell, I
if
think
we were
is
in
a diamond worth 10 grand.
That's exactly it. So yeah, certain a lot of the even things like
Cool.
Greater Restoration consumes a diamond worth a certain amount of money. I might expect you to go and find that.
Yeah.
So that's an
Revivified.
adventure
Yeah.
in itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When it consumes it, I
Mhm.
might make a fuss about that, because it is a limitation on how
Yeah.
often you can cast the spell.
Exactly. Because you don't want it to be too fucking powerful. Like.
Yeah.
towards
Yeah, because
level.
if you could just cast Revivify as many times as you've got spell slots, then that's no
So,
fun.
like
There'd
being
be no
a
dead
summon
people.
druid summoner and that, like once I get to near level 10, I can freaking summon dragons for fuck's sake.
Right.
Draconic spirits and shit. So that's you don't want someone just doing that every fucking.
Well, maybe you do. It's again, it's
Maybe.
as many times as you've got spell slots, and you can only concentrate on one at a time and things like
Yeah.
that. But maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's up to you. All right, fellas.
But you
it's,
don't necessarily
yeah.
want to be giving them a free pass to just be able to. All right, every fight you can summon this because it's not going to be consumed. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's my point. Is that it uses
Yeah.
a spell slot, so you can do it as
Yeah.
many times a day as you've got that. And if it is,
Mm.
especially for yourself, it is a core class feature.
Yeah.
That is almost like me, saying to Gav, "Ah, yeah, Gav, I can't really
Neutering one.
have you,
Yeah,
because I
no.
can't really have you punching every fight."
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
Yeah,
no, well, you've got a limitation on how many times you can do it because you've got spell slots and you might need them
Yeah.
for other things.
That's actually
I'm
quite
not
good.
gonna say to you like, oh yeah,
Oh,
okay,
you're going to need this as well.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Fair enough. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Where is it? What is it you actually need?
Right, so we're calling it there, yeah?
I think I'm gonna call it there. It's 10 past 10. And
Good times.
yeah,
Funny, really funny one.
That it was.
yeah.
Bunch of murderous bastards. That's all I
Shit,
can say.
yeah.
That's Maltburg.
That
Yep,
was
yeah, that was a completely different thing. Yeah,
that was the mortal.
yeah.
Ah,
Shit,
notes
I've
are
lost the
done.
initiative tracker again. Yeah.
They're right.
I got a PDF for one, Jed, we can use that you just put on a board
Give me.
and we can just move our dudes onto it.
Actually,
Someone
doesn't
just
say
my
there's
notes are
any
there.
components for summon the draconic spirit.
Right. Well, there you go then. Yeah.
That's nuts.
Everybody had inspiration, so I will make sure. Yeah, fine. Okay.
That's fucking
Cool.
nuts.
Right.